Hey everybody, welcome back to FableForge on Wednesday night here with Hearts of Shadow Live. Amazing players, it's been an incredible week, and we have yet another intriguing session set up for you tonight, especially after the ending of last week. So, no major announcements tonight, thankfully, but stay tuned. In the meantime, please check out all the socials and links down below, spread the word to your friends. Otherwise, kick back, grab some snacks, stretch out, and enjoy tonight's session with us. I really want this to be a good session. So we're going to jump right in. So quick recap, my friends. You spent the last several days traveling through the Darkwood under the influence of this mythical phenomenon known as Nereneus' shadow, chasing down the trail of the kidnapped villagers from the region around the village of Ribalka and Ribalka proper, also in hot pursuit of this mysterious artifact known as the Moon Shard, very important to the village and important to each of your characters in their own specific ways. Banding together, you made through this with a fair degree of struggle, and then here at the very end, you finally have risen up, completed the journey through the treacherous Darkwood, where at the end of, well, the entirety of last session, really, you engaged in this mortal conflict with a Drow ghoul named Yoflid, another Drow individual named Saral. They both seemed relatively important, had the air of authority, and then several other Drow, gargoyle, ghouls, a menagerie of combatants in this scrum on top of this small cresting plateau. Once the dust settles, the bleeding stopped, you take a moment to look around, gather your wits. Sophion, I remember you were talking about immediately looting the bodies, which is a very, very Sophion and very, very D&D thing to do. And the rest of you glance around. You see off in the distance small flickers of torchlight reflecting against massive stone walls. Pretty decent way off in the distance, down a little bit in elevation from where you're at, probably a few miles. And you assume this is Adric's Folly, the ultimate destination for this journey you have taken through the Darkwood. So, that's where we're going to pick up tonight. I know Sophion was talking about looting before I described what you all saw. Don't forget, Lorelei, you are still under the effects of madness. Okay. And, yeah, set the scene. You're in the middle of this widened cone-shaped road that has been cleared. All the trees around on either side have been cut down. Many have been tossed over the center of the road to block your passageway. There are corpses lying all about, the various forms of enemies which you have defeated in this recent combat. You all took, I'm pretty sure you all took pretty good damage here. You're all probably very exhausted, if not from this fight, then from this journey so far altogether. So, as you take a moment to absorb the scene of the fortress in the distance and your immediate surroundings, what would you like to do?
Man, I told you what I'm doing. I'm gonna pick up these bottles, start shaking them, and be like, there better be something on here that's good.
I imagine this like the bully scene, but with like a really short bully just holding by the ankles and like shaking them.
Mm-hmm. Did that seem a bit weird to anyone else? What do you mean? A bit easy to kill the Drow and that Yoflit character.
Why
Weren't
are
all
you
these people
screaming?
answering to you? I don't know. All right. I don't know what to do.
I mean that does seem a bit odd. You know, Yoflid was supposed to be this super all-powerful statue of whatever for this weird cult thing, and now he's just dead.
Nothing about that was easy. Are you kidding me?
I
Well,
took
I
down
meant-
the Drow in one shot.
Yeah,
I
meant
almost
also.
died.
I meant
But
more.
yes, I'm not.
You almost died. I was on the floor.
I mean, look,
I
it's
guess
Every person is a slight movement away from instant death by arrow to the face or magic to the face. All right, no one's special. We're all gonna die alone.
I just think perhaps there is more to this picture than we know or are expecting.
There's a lot. There's so much we don't know. We've been in a dark forest and we don't even know why.
Here's the question: should we take Yovlin's head and bring it to the castle and roll it in and threaten them, say like your ruler's dead, and see where that gets us? Like, is that the next step?
I don't think she was the head honcho. You don't send the head honcho out to 3-4 rough scallions coming up in the butt. Like,
no, not the head honcho, but very popular name that we've seen at least 1 or 2 times before.
Maybe she is just like popular with us and that's it. Like, maybe she's just no one.
Hold on, there's a miscommunication happening here. Seral was the Drow woman that I killed very easily. Yoflid was the man who was with her.
Why are you yelling?
I don't know!
Okay.
You just hear Brian just like,
I mean, none of that was easy, and I think it was really easy to kill that one person. But I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can kill all the rest of them. And I think you guys did really well. And then I almost died.
Lorelai.
And I don't know what.
I'm just gonna lean over to
Sophion.
Sophion.
I can't.
I'm
She's
just gonna lean over to Sophion and just look at him, just be like, what is going on with the females? Is it month time? Like,
I
should we
don't creep on that territory. That's dangerous. All right, that is a PR at that of mine.
Should we be concerned?
No, I mean, I think Lorelai is slowly coming to the realization that this hero's tale could end in tragedy. That stories kind of omit the pain, blood, and depression, the self-doubt, and the pain of dealing with this on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, well, that one's panicking. That one's yelling for no reason. I've never experienced.
Yeah, I don't think Soraya can be in the middle. It's either she's out or she's completely on. One of the two.
I think I'm actually okay.
Oh, okay. There you go. See,
well,
we fixed it. Right?
It did not last very long. But I do think there is. I absolutely does not high five you.
Well, that high five is for Brian.
You like put your hand down and Brian like put his hand up like, oh, and then put it back down.
I do think no matter what is going on with Lorelai, she does have a point. This was a tough fight, and we certainly cannot advance to Adric's Folly like this. I am weak, I am spent, I am tired. Looking at you all look like you are equally tired, if not more. I worry that if we try to go further toward the castle, the fortress, or whatever, and we reach any sort of conflict, we will not stand a chance.
Well, we have the high ground here. We should probably take a rest here, if anything.
I mean, this close to the enemy,
Something's happening. Something weird is happening. You all notice it as Sophion begins to talk. And as you all stare at him kind of in disbelief, he goes slack-jawed mid-sentence, which is in and of itself very peculiar. But
that exact face.
Yeah.
As his jaw is kind of slightly ajar, looking at each of you to figure out what's happening, the three of you see on Sophion's face is this strange, dim, grayish light. And it starts as a line at his forehead, and then slowly starts to work its way down to his shoulders. And then glancing at each other, you see the same thing happening on each of you. And as your vision adjusts, you see it on the trees around you, and then on the ground. And you start frantically looking around, and you see on the horizon.
Oh god, is that the sun?
Oh fuck.
A dim, gray sliver of sunlight begins to ascend
We failed.
directly over the east, where Adric's Folly
Or have
lies.
they failed? Wasn't their entire plan to make the shadow last forever?
Lorelai just starts wailing and says, "I knew we couldn't do it. I can't do it."
Tell me why this is a bad thing. I
Yeah,
mean, does this
if
mean that they
our-
sacrificed their people?
Yeah, I mean, if I was them, I would have sacrificed them regardless. Like, I mean, who cares? We don't know. There's the sun. Yippee ki yay! I'm gonna shake these motherfuckers out and see if anything falls out that we can use. And I say we back up and head the fuck over and deal with this.
I will
Yeah.
say, in the light, it is probably going to be an easier fight, but even still, it might be out of our range.
I'm gonna take
Always
a half
was.
second to outside of RP clarify. We're not actually physically turning gray and something's happened to us, right?
No.
It's just the light changing, because my tired ass
Yes.
brain is going, oh my god, we're turning into a black and this is
It's-
the episode
it's-
of Powerpuff Girls.
I'm into it.
Everything turns black and white.
All color has been drained from the world. No, it's just the light. It's just really jarring because of what's been happening, how long you've been trapped in absolute darkness. Anything besides torchlight seems extremely alien before you realize what's happening.
Just, whew, I can stop panicking a little bit. All right. I think, regardless, we can see where the sun is hitting exactly and determine what our next steps are. But I think we should take a rest before we hit anything major, because
Do you think
most of
that-
us need time.
Now that the sun is up, do you think that they're all dead? Do you think
Yes.
No.
we messed up? Because I thought that the sun was gonna stay gone if they did their thing, right? Because they took the moon shard, which is supposed to bring back the sun, and then they were supposed to do the ritual, and then it stayed dark for so long after the eclipse, and the eclipse lasted for 3 days, and then I don't.
Now, hold on, right? So we're talking about eternal darkness, but that doesn't work for everyone, especially on top. Without photosynthesis, right? The biodomes here on the top world will not function. They will basically create a landscape that's where no one could live, which doesn't really benefit anyone. So maybe it's a whole other thing. Maybe the darkness was within ourselves all along.
Technically, that's wrong. If there was darkness and nothing else, then all of the plants on the surface would die out, but then other things would grow because of the darkness and the different temperature changes.
Well, would that be enough to sustain oxygen for the population?
I mean, I lived underground for like half my life, so.
Yeah, but a large population doesn't live underground. A very small subset of the global population lives underground.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
The way I see it, there are only two things that could have happened.
There could be
Either
a plethora of things.
either what they have already done, whatever it was they were going to do, and they failed, and that is why the sun has come. Or they've already done everything they need to do, and they have succeeded, and now no longer need the shadow. That they have succeeded in their rise back to the surface world, and I don't know, but I just keep coming back to the fact that those enemies that we fought just now were weakened. They seemed weak, did they not? The Drow and the Yoflit, the ghoul thing, they seemed less powerful than we have seen their allies before. Perhaps because something has already happened that weakened them.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
got
know if
better.
that is a good thing or a bad thing.
I didn't really feel weakened from them.
I killed one of them in one shot.
You
Yeah,
can,
one of them.
yeah, like everyone can get lucky once or twice, right? You had a miracle. Let's just take that as a miracle.
Perhaps. But does anyone else have the feeling that we have missed whatever it is we were reaching for?
I do.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
we all do. But
So do we rest up and go into this ready for a fight? do we get a little closer and see if we can learn anything before we decide our next step?
I say we should get closer.
I don't want to get hurt anymore right now.
How much can we see over like that cliffside?
During the first couple of minutes, not much, because y'all are elevated, and so it's kind of slowly working away across the ground to fill the lower elevation below. Y'all wanted to wait up here a little while. You could wait for the sun to rise and provide more illumination.
Let's wait for the sun to come up and see what we could see.
But if we
Perhaps-
wait for the sun to come up, then that means that they might be able to see us too.
Well, let's
And
not wait
if
for
we-
anything.
Well, if we are hoping to potentially find a place to rest, if we wait too long to make that decision, then we will wake up in darkness again. And then all our advantage will be gone. So whatever we have to do it quick and decide whether or not we're going to sleep. Now, I can go if anyone who feels particularly stealthy wants to go with me.
I got you.
Just to get a bit more understanding. There could be a village worth of people who are already dead. Or there could be a village worth of people who are about to die. And if we rest right now without learning the truth, we could be sentencing them to death.
I mean, I can make us all really stealthy again if that would help. I mean, I can take a healing potion since I am pretty injured right now. But I don't want any more people to die because we messed up somehow.
I don't know. Don't know what the right thing to do is.
I don't know if there's one right thing. We like
I
to
know
cook with
I am-
multiple.
I am tired. I cannot do many of the things that I normally do, but I have my crossbow and I have my wits.
Yeah, let's chill out here, take a short rest, and then let's proceed on and see how close we can get before making a decision.
Yes, let us take an hour at most.
55 minutes.
45 and you've got yourself a deal.
Deal.
Did we just negotiate less time to rest?
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
We're all exhausted. I am acting out of experience.
All right. So, first and foremost, since we need to see if y'all find any loot, I need everybody to give me an investigation check.
Ew.
I got a 12.
Ooh, it's a 20 total for me.
Yeah,
I
14.
got a 17. You're like
That's pretty
shaking.
high, huh?
Okay, good rolls. All right, so now I need everybody to roll a D100, except Soraya, you roll 2 D100.
Love that. Do you want 2 separate D100s or combined?
2 separate.
I got a 41.
I think I got a 29.
I got 53 and 58.
Oh, man.
All right.
Oh wait, we
And-
did them separate, huh? Let me roll 2 separate ones.
There is a D100 button you would see.
Oh, I'm done.
Yeah, it is. It makes it easier. Either way is fine.
No. There we go.
So many dice.
All
Where's
right,
my
so
other one? Oh wait, there it is. Okay, never mind. I just got
I
one.
heard Lorelai speak first. So Lorelai, you're in charge of consolidating all the coins you found. What'd you roll?
41.
41,
Yes.
right? So you find a combination of coins. It's mostly, surprisingly, it's mostly upper world type coins, the ones you've seen being handed around in the villages and the regions in your travels here in the upper world. But you consolidate them all together, and for simple calculation purposes, I'm not giving you the copper and silver. You have a combined total of 800 gold and 40 platinum.
Woo!
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, that works out. So was
I
that
love being typical.
200 gold for each, 10 platinum?
Yep.
All right.
All right, I'm done. See you guys later.
The second I heard was Sophian. Sophian, what did you roll?
29.
All right. So, in the hilt of that giant spider riding drow, you find this teardrop-shaped, deep, semi-translucent purple amethyst worth 100 gold pieces.
Can we break it into 4?
I'm letting you know what you find. Y'all do what you want with the
I'm
information.
smacking it on the ground. Does it break into 4?
Sophian, don't break it. We
You
can
keep
sell
it.
it and then
can sell it
divide the gold up.
Okay, yeah, sure. In his pocket.
Or we could even turn it into something maybe.
Like money?
Well, I mean, if you wanted to get something pretty.
Like money?
What are we talking about here?
All right. Soraya, what did you roll?
53 and 58.
Okay. So, on Saral, the Drow mage, you find a spell scroll. A spell scroll that... Let's see, you're a mage. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
How much was my purple rock worth again?
100 gold. A teardrop-shaped purple amethyst.
It's a 5. I doubt I know what it is.
Do you speak Undercommon?
I think I do. Let me check.
Yeah, I think it's only Sophian who doesn't.
I do speak Undercommon.
Okay, well, I should have told you to roll with advantage. Roll one more time.
Alright. Won't make much difference. I'm not proficient with it.
If not, then you're just going to have to spend some time during your short rest to focus on it.
8.
Okay, no. You'll find out if you study it on your short rest.
Love that. Can I tell sort of how powerful it is?
You know it is evocation magic, and you know it's not especially powerful.
Gotcha.
It seems relatively simple.
Yeah.
And for your second roll, also on Saral, in the same kind of a satchel that you've this kind of thick greenish leather satchel that you found the spell scroll, you see this small spherical object, and you can just kind of sense the arcane energy held within. You would have to identify this magical object.
Okay.
And then last but certainly not least, Ryan.
I
What'd you roll?
35 and a 6.
Okay, well you're supposed to roll once, so which
Oh.
one do you want?
35 is the first one I rolled.
Okay. On Yoflid, you find this. It's kind of like a bracelet, or almost like a half bracer. It's very strange. This strange combination. It's almost as wide as a manacle, but it seems to be made of this kind of poorly forged gold. But it is inlaid with this strange rock metallic type substance. It goes from the wrist up to about the forearm, and it kind of intertwines among all these strange crisscrossing patterns. But overall, where they're thicker and they're thinner and the way it's all shaped, it looks like this kind of ornate, decorative, golden spider type bracer. It is essentially, mechanically, it's a 250 gold piece bracer. It's decorative,
Not magical?
not magic.
Well, I think we all came out on top. Let's go back.
You said 250?
Yes.
We shall still rest, though. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I will look at my sphere as I rest.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything during this short rest?
If someone would like to spend some time looking at this scroll,
I
trying
could
to
do that.
understand it. Yeah, you do magic things. There you go.
Yes, sometimes. I'll take a look at it. Take
Okay.
a peekaroo.
This does not come as naturally to you as it would have Soraya. Okay. So you're going to have to give me an actual Arcana check.
I think I'm good at those, though.
This scroll does not want to be identified.
Normally I am. I don't.
Can't
I
you
don't get-
automatically learn the things on a short rest?
It kind of depends on mechanically raw D&D, yes. Me, it's circumstantial depending on what it is, where it comes from, who you are, all that stuff.
Got it.
Also, I don't get an advantage because I also speak Undercommon.
No, that's a good point. Yes, you do. Thank you.
I rolled all of my hit dice.
All the hit dice.
That's a 14.
Okay, there you go. All y'all needed was a 10. I mean,
Yeah, but we ain't gonna make that.
okay. So essentially, this scroll allows you to summon and control. It's kind of like a lightning whip that you could use to damage foes and maybe even pull them closer to you. It's a spell scroll for the lightning lure cantrip.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, Sarai, you want to write that?
I got it.
Okay. Now,
Do you give it back to me or do you want it?
Yeah, I'll give it back to you.
sitting down, resting, and focusing on this arcane object, you see it's a small sphere, and it almost appears to be thick glass, reflecting and refracting the strange, first gray and now deep orangish red daylight that's coming over the horizon. Focusing your energy on it, you slowly and then more quickly unravel the arcane secrets held within. You realize that you can use this spherical glass object to summon forth light in an arcane fashion. This is a drift globe.
This could be very beneficial in a fight against people who do not like sunlight.
Like me?
Like you, I will warn you before I do it.
Okay, thank you.
We should come up with a phrase so that when I shout, the other people don't know.
Like a
But you
safe
know.
word?
Yes. What should you do?
Cucumber. Damn it.
Pineapple.
Okay.
So if I yell pineapple,
I'll
know
close
that
my eyes.
you have close your eyes or get as far away as you can.
Okay.
As you go to take the drift globe after talking to your friends and you go to place it back in your bag, you move it from left to right to bring it around your person, and you notice a shift within. It's almost like a sliver, a flattened pane of darkness resides and morphs and becomes apparent and then dissipates within. Focusing your energy on this strange peculiarity, trying to replicate it, seems almost random. You start to get the sense that the reason Saral had an object such as this, which under normal circumstances to one of her kind would be detrimental, is because she was attempting to study or transform it. This drift globe is unique. When you use it to cast the light or the daylight spell, there is a flat 10% chance that it instead casts the darkness spell.
Sounds like me. Let's introduce a little anarchy.
And that is on you to remember that.
Gotcha. So I'll just roll a d10 every time?
Yep. And on a 1, it casts darkness instead.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if that's not a Soraya object, I don't know what is.
Alright. So, we have some magic items identified. Some hit die have been rolled. Is anybody else doing anything during this short rest? Whether it's talking or something mechanically we need to resolve?
I just wanted to be sure you remembered that I took a gargoyle claw and some of the hair from the drow.
Sure thing, you got it.
Also, just question. The command word for the drift globe, is that something I choose or is that something that I would learn from studying it?
100% you choose it.
Fraggle Rock.
Onomatopoeia.
I will just whisper the command word to it so that the other people don't know what it is.
It's whisper.
Okay. All right. So, with that, everybody give me a perception check, please.
Perception.
I'm just rolling shit. 9.
Oh my gosh, stop.
All right. So, Soraya was a
23.
9. Lorelai's a 23. Okay.
20.
20. Okay. Brian? 4. 4. Wow. Okay.
Brian's
Well, I
super
mean,
tired. Brian
look-
almost died.
The rolls are kind of evening each other out, though. See, this is what it seems all about. Okay. So, over the course of this hour, you all doing your various things. You heal up, you mend, you try to get your minds right. Remember, Lorelai, your madness was, I think it was for 8 hours?
7 hours.
7 hours. Okay, and I'd say it's probably been about 2 to 3 hours by this point.
Yay.
Sorry.
We're like just rocking back and forth in a corner. Like, we can make it. It's fine, we can.
The majority of your short rest passed without incident, but from this vantage point, even kind of off the road a little bit to avoid silhouetting yourselves against the horizon, you're keeping an eye on the layout of the land as the sun continues to rise. You see Adric's Folly in greater detail now. As the sun illuminates it from behind, you see it's built on top of this large, flattened hill, and surrounded by various foothills here at the base of the mountains off to your east. You can see that from its vantage point and elevation, it has a commanding view of everything for miles and miles around. It appears, especially you would take note of this, Lorelai, it appears as though the foothills here weren't just cleared by some natural phenomenon. They, over time, were systematically leveled and cleared out to provide this massive vantage point for the area immediately around Adric's Folly. And then, since at whatever point in the past it became uninhabited, nature has started to reclaim this land and rebuild itself up, although it's mostly still just kind of high brush all the way up to the base of the hill it sits upon. It's probably been maybe a handful of years, a decade at the most, since nature started to reclaim this area around it. The fortress itself is surrounded by massive stone bulwark of walls. On top there's large crenellations, and you see from this perspective probably about 10 or so individuals walking or standing on the various towers and passageways in between on this side. From this vantage you can't see the sides themselves or the rear, so there's no way of telling exactly how large or how many people are walking the walls themselves. However, they're about 20 feet high on any side. As the torches dim and the light reclaims the land, 10-15 more minutes pass, and you're nearing the end where you're starting to feel significantly better. And then you hear the clack of metallic chains and creaking wood and grinding stone coming from that direction. Gazing upon Adric's Folly, you see a massive portcullis rise up, and then 2 groups of figures exit the fortress, going down this kind of long, unevenly flattened ramp from the hill down to the base, and then splitting off in 2 different directions, one to the north and one to the south. There's a handful of individuals in each, probably somewhere between 5 and 10, kind of hard to make out at this distance, or who and what they are. You just know that they're probably roughly humanoid, and that's about the best you got.
There's I don't know if you guys can see, but there's people leaving.
Alright, that Makes the choice a lot easier.
But I can't see them clearly, but it does look like there are guards standing on the wall.
Is this something that we could potentially try to infiltrate quietly, or does that seem difficult?
I mean, it is surrounded by walls with one big entrance that I can see that's guarded by a big gate. So.
And sorry, just Sammy was taking notes. Are these group of people coming towards us, or are they not?
The one that's heading in a southerly direction they aren't headed along the road.
I see.
They're the one going to the north. They curl around the base of the mountain and then they disappear from not mountain, the large hill, and they disappear from sight. The one coming towards the south, they stay on the road a little ways, but then kind of veer off. And you see off to the east of the road, there's this smaller building. And there's a weathered old fenced off area. This is probably about a quarter mile or so from the fortress itself in the low-lying area among the hills. This building is surrounded by this weathered old fence, and there's an area of land cleared out around it with a much lower level of brush. And you aren't sure, but you could swear that the area surrounding this small building is some type of a graveyard. The individuals in this roaming party give this area, they start to head in that direction, then kind of arc around, giving it a pretty wide berth before coming back to their original line of travel and then heading off into the woods.
Yeah, I say we go, oh god, there's a quote there somewhere. Let's go into that castle.
But quietly, is anyone particularly good at going in undetected, perhaps getting rid of some guards? Or do we need a distraction, perhaps?
Are we sure that what did they say about this place? Did they say that it was all evil? Like, do we know whether or not this place had normal people in it?
I wrote down Adric's Folly. So.
Let's see what I wrote down.
I mean, are you starting to feel pangs of guilt about killing someone whose views are different from your own? Because that's really all that evil is just kind of taboo.
That is not true, Sophia.
I wrote down is trying to get to Adric's Folly.
Okay, so since this is probably the first time in a while, if ever, that you've all kind of certainly attempted to know or recall anything about this, outside of what you were directly told recently. Everybody go ahead and give me a history check. If you feel like your character would not be very well versed in the regional history of this area, go ahead and give me disadvantage. And you, Sophion, since you are from this area, you'd probably roll with advantage.
You
5.
Mine wasn't good anyways.
I'm seeing a lot of single digits on these dice.
Mine was a
So-
4.
Be one of those nights, y'all.
15.
15. Okay.
17.
17. Wow. Okay.
I'm a history buff. What can I say?
That's fair. Okay.
No, it's far.
That's Farah. That's fair, Farah. Farah, that's fair, Farah. So, Brian, in the books that you've read, there was somewhere described like this. You don't know the name Adric's Folly. However, you do know of an area, a structure built in a very similar setting. It was called Arnut's Bulwark. There was stories of competing kingdoms on the upper world, and one of them was attempting to invade this area. and Arnott's bulwark was built by the invaders as kind of a stepping stone, an initial entry into the region, for lack of a better term, to help control a key passageway between two mountainous ranges. It was notable because of how well it was constructed and how well it commanded the area, and the royal family that was installed there by the monarch of the invading state. Despite the locals' repeated attempts over the decades of this conquest war, it was only conquered once in the 6 decades it stood, and it was abandoned ever since that one time. Sophion, you didn't pay much attention in school, but there was something in particular about Adric's Folly that caught your attention. You thought it was really cool. It was said that the reason Adric's Folly eventually was conquered is because a lone, brash assassin from the Vicmordir, who had access to necromantic magics, was able to communicate with some of the dead laborers that built Adric's Folly, and by speaking with them, located a secret passage. Having this information, the assassin found and utilized the secret passage, snuck in, and slew the royal family in the dead of night and all of the leaders of their forces. When the next assault began the next morning, they were leaderless and thus failed, rendering Adric's Folly conquered and abandoned.
Let's go talk to some dead then.
That sounds like something Sophia would do. Oh, that sounds cool. Just that one.
He's like chilling out, making his damage.
So, did you tell us this, Sophia?
Yeah, I was like, okay, so there's an assassin, and basically, if we talk to the people at the grave and convince them to let us do some stuff, they could teach us about this like alternate route into the castle. I think it's all good and fun, so let's do it.
Do you
sounds
have
our
a way
best
to
bet.
speak with the dead?
I don't think I can
gonna
talk
knock.
to the dead. We're gonna knock on the dead?
Knock on their gravestones. Let's not get crazy. I'm not impolite.
I don't know how I feel about this. That seems not great.
Does not
None of
seem
this
great,
seems
but
great.
we shouldn't knock it till we try it.
But how are we going to try it if we cannot speak with the dead?
You could
Leave that to Sophia.
Yeah, the party avoided the place, right? So it makes me feel like the dead aren't resting; they're restless.
That is fair.
So you don't really need anything to speak to the dead if they're up and out. Chat with them and shit. They're cool. Just go.
We
What
do
if
have
they-
someone who can speak with their mind as well.
Yeah, they have a mind. It should be fine. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Let's go. I'm
Brian,
done.
do you want to talk to the dead with your mind?
If I can, that would be pretty cool.
Oh gosh.
Regardless, stealth will be the name of the game here. I am somewhat stealthy, and I can use my crossbow and my dagger. Are other people as confident?
I can make us a little bit stealthier. It lasts for an hour.
I'm stealthy enough.
We have to stay close to you for this, yes?
Yes.
Let's just go with it, right? I mean, we'll be fine. We're a small party. What's the
How
worst
far
that could
away
happen?
does it look like the supposed graveyard is from us where we stand? Like time-wise?
Well, there's a couple of miles from your vantage point to Adric's Folly itself, and that building graveyard probably about a quarter mile away, closer,
hell yeah.
mostly closer in your direction. So, an hour at a relatively normal walking pace.
Okay, I can make us stealthy while we get there, and hopefully if I guess if those people didn't want to come here, maybe we won't be disturbed. But I don't really know. Nothing seems to be going right today.
Oh.
Do you
I mean,
think perhaps we should
it's
get a
fine.
bit closer before you cast that spell so that
I mean, we
do
can
not
just
wait?
in case something happens. Yeah, that might be smart. Oh, I guess that is really smart. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
That is okay.
Oh
We
man,
are all doing this
Soraya.
for the first time.
Leave Lorelai alone. She's going
I'm
through
sorry,
a
I
lot.
did not mean to. I'm so
Damn.
sorry.
Oh man.
It's okay. You're so smart. Okay, let's go. I guess.
While I lean over to Sovion, why are women so weird?
Oh man, I'm not brave enough to respond. So I'm just gonna. Oh look, we're jogging.
What do you mean? I'll like jog after Sovion. What do you mean?
Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet.
We're quietly jogging.
Super glad Sophion doesn't have his plate mail armor yet.
I mean, I have disadvantage on stealth anyway. I have scale mail. It's like the same.
Oh Jesus. This is really when we needed a rogue. This is rogue bread and butter right here, and we are all trying to make do with what we have.
When we get just a little bit closer, I want to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
I will cast Pass with Trace with my armor.
No.
All right. Well, everybody give me a stealth check, and that's a plus
Plus
10, I think.
10.
Plus 10, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
19.
I got a 20 total.
Plus 10 will be a 26 for me.
15 for me.
All right. Now, everybody give me a perception check, please. I'm assuming you're going to be actively looking around.
Yes!
Yeah, you know.
I feel like that's a fair assumption.
I got
13.
a 23.
7.
11.
Man, Lorelai is killing these perception rolls.
I know, right? We
It's that
take out
plus
her
5 because the sunlight hurts my
eyes.
eyeballs.
The anxiety.
That too.
It just makes you more perceptive, you know?
It's the depression.
Okay.
Thanks, it's the depression.
So, going down the relatively steep incline of the plateau, you find yourself on the still snow-covered, soft, flory base, and you start heading northerly, kind of north by northeast, towards where you saw the chapel, knowing that within a half hour or so, the trees are going to effectively disappear, and you're going to have to try and sneak amongst the tall brush, going from large shrub to large shrub and patches here and there to avoid being seen. Relatively quietly, except for periodic clinking and scraping from Sophion's armor, you make your way across this wide open area. Without any relative issue. You hear no loud calls, you encounter no dangerous beasts. Every now and then, a small flight of birds will sweep off into the air. But you're doing a pretty good job. As you come up to this smaller, more open clearing, you see that this building is religious. It is faith-based. There are holy symbols on it, and you don't get any sense of negativity from it, of which you're all especially attuned over the past few days. The graveyard itself extends off for several hundred feet from behind this chapel and extends out on both sides. And then off in the distance, a little more to the northeast, kind of on the opposite side of the chapel from where you are, you see two conspicuously shaped small rises in the ground. Kind of flat on the top, maybe a foot or so above the ground. It just kind of elevates a little bit for about 20 feet on either of them. And it extends off an equal amount, as though they're square or rectangular in shape. The building itself is maybe 40 feet long. You see double doors on the front. that an old, mostly weathered and overtaken trail leads up to. It's mostly rectangular with a small addition on the backside. It's only a single story as best you can tell, with an old tiled roof, stone walls. There's a couple of iron barred windows on either side, but the old glass, although it's still solid, is too murky and grimy to see anything apparent with.
Alright, let's step up to this door.
I will watch our 6.
I'll go up to the door with Sophian.
Okay. You go and approach these thick wooden doors. They have simple iron ring handles on them, and that same peculiar holy symbol carved on either one of the doors. You put your hand. Are you gonna knock? Are you gonna push? What are y'all gonna do?
I'm gonna push it.
I'll just follow Sophian's lead.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. You push the door. It swings freely with a slight creak on the iron hinges. The inside is dim as some light is making its way through the dark windows. You see on either side, immediately here in the first landing area, the first opening, there's a door on either side, pressed in kind of close against this front door you're on. And then as you look further on, the main foyer opens up into what is essentially a small chapel with about 8 rough, kind of decomposing wooden pews, 4 on each side going forward. And then furthest away, there's an altar with a small stone table, an old wooden, kind of ornate chair, and a door at the very, very back of the room behind the altar.
Any scriptures?
You look for parchments and things like that? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Gideon's
Any writings
Bible.
on the wall?
Any what on the wall?
Any writing or like
Graffiti.
historical art kind of things on the wall?
Both y'all give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
I got a 10.
That is a 18 for me.
Okay. As far as scriptures and papers and documents, you see some hymns in common, as though they were song chant, things of that nature to worship. There's no documentation describing the religion or any notable entities or anything like that. Brian, you're looking amongst the walls. There's several tapestries that are in pretty bad shape, mostly dirty, kind of frayed. You see
Prestidigitation.
you clean them up. They are very, very clean, but they are still relatively torn. They're mostly fashioned in shapes of green and blue. They are highly stylistic, but you see one of the same symbols that you saw back in the cathedral at Rebalka, how it had many holy symbols from the many faiths in the region all of coming together there in that cathedral. This seems to be dedicated to only a single entity, and this entity is depicted stylistically on 4 or 5 of these tapestries spread throughout this main worship chamber. This entity does seem to be associated with the light, and putting 2 and 2 together with things you heard, this does seem to be more of an entity brought by those from the Klavic kingdom when they entered this region, rather than an entity that was worshipped by the natives, the Vicmordir.
I will relay this information to Sophian.
Oh, well. Glad to see this deity has been doing stuff. And he'll move on to the other side, to that other door. Kick it. Ka-cha!
Walking over, you pick your foot up and you go to kick it, but then you notice at the last moment by your feet, there's the corner you're standing in, here at the base of the altar. Weird. It seems to have been swept. There's no dirt in about a 4-foot round area. And then in the darkness of the corner, see a small, extinguished campfire.
Oh, man. Hey, Brian, we're not alone.
Are we ever really alone?
Yeah. I mean, when I take excursions out into the woods during our nightly routines, I hope I'm alone. It'd be an awkward conversation.
I guess that's fair. What makes you say we're not alone?
Campfire, sweeping, maybe some person tending this forgotten church.
Can I see if there's any like remnants of the person, like any cloths, any footprints, and the remaining dust outside of that little cube?
The slight smell of pee in the corner.
You sure can. Go ahead and give me another investigation check.
Also, as they are inside, Sarai is doing a perimeter around the entire place.
You got
That's
it.
an 11 for
I'll keep using your
investigation.
perception check for that, Soraya.
Yeah.
11 for investigation. You got it. You crouch down and you start digging around a little bit, kind of disturbing things, but not really trying to see who, what, when, where. You can tell it's very recent. This smell of ash still fills this corner of the room slightly, and you hear Sophion behind you, his armor clanking as he looks around and tries to figure anything else out. Dimly in the relatively dirt-free area, you do see like the small outline of footprints. They're kind of wide and rather shortened compared to normal human footprints. And you follow them off to the right, and they seem to be walking towards that door just next to you that Sophion was about to kick in. But then they kind of disappear. And then you notice one, or half of one at least, is about a foot up on the wall next to the door. And then another one's about a foot up. And then you hear, boom! Sophion, you have a longsword sticking directly in your face. Alright, Vic Mordir scum. Let's make this easy. You release this prisoner, or I will take your head. And you see this hefty, regular clothes wearing, long sword wielding, long braided hair dwarvish woman staring you down, threatening to cut your tongue out.
Hey, Sophion, I think whatever it was from the ceiling, and I kind of turned
Yeah,
around,
no,
like,
I
found it.
see.
What's going
Why are
on
you
in there?
coming
You guys
after
okay?
me? I'm a halfling. When have halflings ever done anything wrong?
No, no,
Don't
it's
play games with me. I know you're a Vic Mordir, and I know this one is your prisoner. You didn't know my
No.
lands long enough.
No, we're friends. We're buddies. See, and I like go up and I like hug him, and then immediately like not hug him. And
I hand him a gold like.
we're not from Vic Mordir party. We're just here exploring. We're well.
Trying to
We're,
save
we're adventurers. Brian says awkwardly.
part-time. We're trying to save people. We're here to speak to the dead in order to try to find a secret passageway into the castle to rescue some villagers. Are you in or are you out?
I call out to Brian and say, Brian, is Sophian dying?
With
No,
that,
we're good.
you see her startle and look back at you and look over at the doorway and look back at you.
Yeah, we got
No,
like
good.
20 guys outside, so
No, we don't.
what you gonna do, man? Damn it. Yeah, we don't. There's 2 people. One's a child, so really 1.5.
You know, you
Can
Can
keep
we
saying
hear what's
child
happening
is-
in there?
I'm
You
standing
probably
in the
heard
doorway.
the dwarvish woman shout. I don't know if y'all hear them speaking. It's up to you how close you would be to the door. The
I'm
walls
just-
are pretty thick.
I'm just still in the doorway. I haven't gone into the building yet.
I'm just gonna. So you keep saying child as if most of us aren't the same age besides you.
Yeah, but I can't say I go around with a group of kids, so one has to be a child. So I'm gonna use the one who's been sleeping the most, or the youngest one, right? Doesn't have parents, orphan, child. All right.
I'm gonna turn to the woman and just go, "Hi, I'm Brian." And, like hold my hand out.
She has since put the longsword away. You see in this oversized scabbard, almost dragging the floor, and she has a perplexed look on her face, but she's also kind of relieved. All right. My mistake. I I'm Alexandria Gillikin. I did not expect to see anyone here. I
Right.
apologize for throwing me sword on you.
That's okay, it
Yes.
happens a lot.
Yeah. Hey guys, come in. Fine, there's just a small person here. Cool.
I will let you go first, Lorelai.
Okay, I'll walk in really slowly.
I'll get in like 20
Where
feet
did you get a
behind.
gun?
Yeah, this campaign would be a lot easier if we had like an assault rifle or John Wick.
Or the bad axe, you know.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
the
yeah.
bad axe. Rest in peace, bad axe.
I'll
back for
walk
it.
in with like my hands up and say, Brian, are you okay? Sophian, are you okay?
I'll just pop my
who
head
is
out. Which one?
this?
This is Alexandria. She lives
Alexandria
here, I guess.
lives here. You live in a
No, I do not. I do not live here. I came looking for my husband, actually. I kinda don't really know what I'm doing, but no, I do not live here. No, I have a country home several days from here, on the edge of the Darkwood.
How long have you been here?
A few hours, most, I believe.
Oh,
And I suppose it would be too lucky of us for you to have seen some sort of secret passageway, yes?
No, I have not. You haven't seen a rather ugly, blaspheming dwarf wandering around out there in the nearby grass, have you?
No.
We will keep an eye out.
I do have a question. How did you end up on the ceiling? The footprints on the door.
Well, so I used to get picked on a lot when I was a lass. I had several cousins who lived with us, and we used to play hide and seek, except when they'd find me. It was a rather tortuous affair. I was able to learn how to kind of climb up walls without using my hands, as long as it's not too high. I just kind of did that when I heard you milling about outside with his clanking armor.
You must
Insight
have
check.
really strong legs.
You're
all
going
right,
roll
Lorelai.
roll an insight check.
She's married, so.
Can I
I'm
also
just
roll an
saying
insight
that's-
check?
You
That's
can also roll an
amazing
insight check.
That she can climb the walls like that.
I'm just saying, don't come on so thirsty. Like,
Wow.
I don't want to date her.
you know.
Dice don't like me today.
She seems frazzled, Soraya. And you would get that sense too, Lorelai. It's kind of apparent. She has a clear, warm appearance to her eyes, the way they're settled. Kind of contrasting against the rabbit in a corner type tension the rest of her body seems to be holding. That being said, you don't get any hints of deception, but as she sees you looking her up and down, she looks back at you. I get the feeling you don't believe me, lass. It's alright. I know it's kind of hard to believe, but you'd be surprised what you can learn when, well, you feel like your life depends on it. I can show you if you like, if it makes it all the same
get
to
that
you.
one. And I start kind of walking around with my robe and dusting it off.
I do not believe you. I am merely cautious with who I allow close. But tell me, you can climb up walls. Do you have other skills that might help us all achieve our goals?
I imagine it will require a fair bit of practice, but you're all welcome to watch and learn and try if you like. Just give me a bit of space here, and I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll get a sketch pad out and a pencil and just wait and watch.
You see her look out the window, left to right, and make sure there's nobody outside watching, and then she backs up 5 or 6 feet and puts her hand on the hilt of her longsword and angles the tip of it up away from the floor. And she kind of breathes in deep. She smiles at you, and then she steps towards the wall, 3 steps up, and she jumps and grabs the rafter about 7 feet above, hurls herself up, kind of rolling on top, and disappears in the shadows.
That is very impressive, but is that all you do? Or can you use that sword?
She kind of tumbles back over a little bit of a backflip, landing on her feet. And she looks at you, smiles again, and then it kind of drops. I can swing it around alright, and, you know, with me temper, it's been enough to get some information about my husband, but I've never had to actually use it, and to be honest, I didn't really think I could, unless you count swinging a woodcutting axe is the same as swinging a sword.
It could be the same. Yeah, really just
Well,
depends.
if you were to get in a fight, would you prefer to use that sword, or your hands, or some other sort of weapon?
Truth be told, I've only ever lost every fight I've been in. I just couldn't lose my husband without trying.
Of course.
They say that the bandits took him. They figured I had to try and find him.
Do you know what's going on in the folly, Adric's folly? Do you know what's going on in there?
Oh, in the bulwark, you mean?
Yeah.
I know they've obviously got some inhabitants there. I heard that the bandits had taken them here, but I don't know exactly what's going on. It's been abandoned ever since, well, ever since my grandpa stopped working there. I don't, we've avoided it, to be honest. He disappeared. I just rather assume it didn't exist at all. This is the first I've been here in over 12 years.
And I'm sorry I was not here for the beginning of this conversation. Where did you say how did your husband end up in this situation?
When we started to hear rumors of strange people about 3 weeks ago, my husband hired some mercenaries to help protect us at our estate a few days east of here at the base of the mountains. And one day they went out to cut some more wood, leaving one of the guards with me, and the other went with him. Out back doing the wash, and when I came around front again, my guard was gone, and I haven't seen my husband since. So, after a day or two of hoping and praying and waiting, I started tracking him down as best I could, walking through the woods. Came across a couple of their kin, smaller ones, weaker ones. Brandished this sword like I did to your friend here, except they were much more willing to talk. You told me they took him this way to the bulwark, and I'd never see him again, and I should stay away if I knew what was best for me. Obviously, I can't do that.
What is your husband's name, in case we find many dwarfs on our journey?
Cavan Gillikin. Got a beard, mostly bald. Probably a little too big for his good, but he's got a gorgeous smile, and he laughs really, really loud.
Well, I will tell you what. I do not know if it would be safe for you to come with us, but we are on a journey to try to save as many lives here as we can. And if you can keep yourself safe and hidden, I will do whatever I can to try to find your husband.
You mean all to go to the bulwark then? Is that why you're here?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a secret passage somewhere around here.
I've heard that before.
I'm gonna start searching the floors in this general vicinity to see if I find any trapdoors or buttons on the walls.
Have you heard anything about the dead talking here?
I have, when it's especially quiet. There's always been these rumors, mostly that came after the conquest, you know. I just figured it was the people being forlorn about their lost ones, but since I came here in the dark, before the sun rose and everything was quiet and I was trying to get things together to cook me a little hare, heard things, heard whisperings all around me. I couldn't make out any voices, you understand. I couldn't see exactly what they were saying, but they were talking to me or around me, and they only stopped when I heard your footsteps outside.
Oh, so maybe we should be really quiet then, and they'll start talking again.
Maybe? I don't know, although, truth be told, I kind of appreciate the break, talking to someone with a heart and a pulse.
And flesh.
And flesh, yes, flesh.
As I'm searching the floors and walls for buttons and doors.
Well, if we are trying to be quiet, Sophian, perhaps you sit here with, I'm sorry, Alexandra, is that your name?
Alexandria, lad.
Alexandria. Perhaps you should stay here, and I can go and wait on the other side of the door and try to listen to what is happening outside.
You know, I could take off my armor, right?
Would you?
Yeah, why not?
What if danger happens? We are
I'm
talking
a
about
badass
the dead
with
here.
the armor or without the armor.
Alright, then take it off. Oh my god! Why are you not wearing anything under that?
Why would I? There's chafing involved, alright? It's a lot of lubrication to get this on and off every day.
You have to go buy Sophian some baby powder.
Hurts so bad. It just feels good. So he'll walk around with like shirt off, and it's like his pants, which probably still have like a metallic plate around the kneecap, and several daggers at his side.
I think I may have a way for us to somewhat communicate. Oh, I guess you are telepathic, right? So we don't really need this. But I was thinking with this new ball that I have, if I am on one side of a door and I leave the ball on the other side of a door and I speak a word, it can glow with light, not powerful light like you are thinking, Lorelei, but just a bit of light as a sort of alarm or a warning if there's something outside.
I'm still checking for buttons and doors.
Oh yeah, we haven't checked below, right?
Well, there were 2 doors at the entrance, right? That we haven't gone in.
Fucking
Yep,
open
just
all
check it. Just checking this room.
Okay. Alright, so there's been a lot of investigation checks, right? I will tell Soraya and Lorelei to go ahead and give me investigation or perception checks, depending on how you would want to be approaching this. Whether just kind of giving everything a once-over, or if you're, like, trying to, like Brian is doing, discriminately search for buttons and switches and things of the like.
I am just.
If you're doing either of those things.
I am perceiving. Hardcore.
Okay.
15.
Oh, mine was an 11.
Okay. So, you see up in the... And this is kind of all of you as you scatter around this chapel looking for a type of hidden entrance or something of the like. The 2 rooms by the front door, the one to the left was kind of a study, small library. You can see there used to be books on these now old, kind of falling apart, dusty bookshelves that are largely empty, and there's a small stool in there, not much else. On the room on the right hand side, there's this large basin in the shape of like a open mouth almost, and it appears to have been used for some type of water ritual or some other liquid, but it is otherwise completely bare except for a what used to be an ornate rug on the floor. The room in the back behind the altar, you see a table. There's another set of shelves here, more akin to the kind that was holding religious artifacts and reliquaries and things like that, which you saw beneath the Rebalka Cathedral. And there's also a set of stairs going down here into what is apparently a basement. here in the basement area, in the center of the room, there's a well, and the basement is just as big as the building above. The stone walls, it's dark down here, so whether you use arcane or natural light, there's a stone well. There's water coming up from a spring beneath. The water is very, very cool and clear. It seems clean. It smells like fresh water, which is a nice change. And then there's a couple of bedrooms, one with a larger bed by itself and a couple of shelves and things. And then there is a larger bedroom, but it has three beds stacked together, kind of a communal area. Doing everything you can to go over all these various things and find some type of hidden entrance or passageway, you all come up relatively short. Meanwhile, Alexandria is floating around to each of you, kind of helping here, assisting there, talking to you, small chatter mostly. But then she kind of sits back and watches you all go into work, and she begins to ponder. And she tries to catch your attention. And she says, "Well, you know, I can tell that all of this... They said that the bulwark was built by the dwarven smiths from the Clavic Kingdom, and this chapel was too, because it was part of them. They used to do all of their masonry work, as best I can tell, and if dwarves did this, there was a couple of places they used to like to build hidden things, as far as I can recollect. It may not mean anything here, but typically around altars, places of significance, altars, and things like braziers and sacrificial places, and then, well, graves, tombs. You know, places that you could tell somebody really shouldn't be mucking about. That way they could tell if somebody was looking for these secret entrances. It was quite apparent, you see. So perhaps it's one of those places here." And with that, she kind of excitedly scurries over to the altar and starts looking around, trying to figure something out.
I will help her.
I want to go investigate the water basin.
I would like to go back outside towards the lumps in the ground and just try to listen and be as quiet as possible.
Okay. Sophian?
I think for Sophian, he's gonna play to his strength and just open the doors and see what's underneath this place, if there is something.
Okay. So, yeah, you would basically just kind of get the same kind of general information I described with the room description, Sophian. Kind of opening the doors, there isn't really anything obvious outside of what I already told you.
Okay.
So Soraya is going outside. Now remember, Soraya, for you to help me clarify, there's just two kind of large, flat, conspicuous mounds a little bit off in the distance, and then there was the graveyard proper, and each one of these grave stones, rows upon rows of them, has a small little mound in front of it as well, as though maybe they were covered with rocks and then covered with dirt.
Right. When I get outside, I will just sort of try to listen and see if I hear noise from either direction.
Okay. And Lorelai is checking out the well, and Brian is checking out the altar. Since Alexandria is helping you, Brian, one more investigation check specifically for the altar, and you do the same for the well, Soraya. I'm sorry, Lorelai. And Soraya, you give me a perception check with advantage since you're listening for something in particular.
Can I do investigation with advantage since Alexander's helping me?
That's what I had said, and if I mumbled, I apologize.
Oh, I
Natural
just didn't hear
20
the
on my
advantage part.
perception check.
Natural 20.
I got a 10, or no, an 11 for mine.
That's a 10 for me.
All
I
right.
rolled funny. I clicked on it weird once, and then I clicked again for the advantage.
So, Lorelai, the wellspring here, it doesn't carry the same type of corruptive taint that the water that throughout the rest of the Darkwood always had that kind of sinister feel, that something strange in it. And you gather from the clarity and how cold it is, this must come from somewhere deep, deep in the rock. Other than that, it appears to be really healthy, clean, cold spring water. The well itself is well constructed, but you find nothing suspicious or of further interest. Brian, even with Alexandria helping you, there just doesn't seem to be anything here in the altar. It is solid stone, it's ornately carved, but there's no switches, none of the legs move, there's nothing on the floor. It's just an altar. And Alexandria looks puzzled at you and then starts to walk around to the various corners and things, kind of mimicking what you were doing, as though she's kind of at a loss as well. Soraya, as you walk outside and you close your eyes and listen in, you hear nothing except the gentle breeze billowing among the tall grass and brush around you. But then, as Alexandria described, you start to hear whispers coming from all around you.
If I'm specifically trying to understand if I can recognize the language, can I understand this at all?
Give me an insight check.
Good at that. Oh, hell
That's
yeah,
true.
23.
Okay. So, you can tell that this is a combination of a dialect of Common, and there's some other foreign language that you can't quite grasp. The difficulty is, it's kind of like we're in a crowded room, and everybody's talking at the same pitch and the same tone. You'll catch half a word here, half a word here, half a word here. And so it's largely this cacophony of unfiltered, discombobulated noise. But you focus in. There's one voice. It seems to be the strongest. And you'll catch it here, and then here, and then here, and you start to notice the same phrase being repeated over and over again by catching this half, this half, this half. And so it takes you a good minute to sit here and focus and concentrate, but eventually you hear Kakolin Rimsunder Sigomanaya.
What?
Kakolin Grimsunder.
Oh, I did write it right. It makes no sense.
Maybe it's a name on a grave.
Nah, that can't be it.
Yeah, let's just go get to the castle.
Let's just go. We're gonna knock on the door with coconuts.
But I will begin making my way over to the graveyard. But I'm just looking around. Are there really no other people around here?
Nope.
I will keep my eyes out and I will move slowly and quietly because I feel uneasy. But I will make my way over to the graveyard, and I will just say under my breath, I'm trying to hear you. I'm trying to understand you. Please give me guidance. Show me the way.
Okay. So moving around towards the more direct rear of the chapel, away from those two larger mounds off to the side, you're standing down rows and rows and rows of headstones, 6 or 7 wide, that just stretch, and then 2 more sets on either side. And you begin walking and looking at the gravestones. And then you go off to the left, you go a little further, you go off to the right, a little further. And it's frustrating because there's many, many names here and many, many dates. Many of them from 2-3 decades ago, but increasingly more and more of them around a decade ago. Can't find a name that matches that, but you start to realize that as you walk more back towards the center, then further away, and then towards the left, and come back to the right. With each variation, the voice is getting a little bit louder as it comes through, as though you're gaining in proximity to the source of this voice with each turn, with each step.
Warmer? Colder? Warmer, warm. Okay, okay.
I also want to make my way out to the graveyard.
You see Soraya about 50-60 feet away, and her eyes are virtually closed. She'll open them every now and then when she stubs her toe on something and closes them again. And she's like walking and peering and listening, and every now and then she'll look at a gravestone and stop and keep walking.
I'll just stay silent and kind of follow Soraya and try to just observe.
Okay.
I would like to fill up a vial with the water from the well.
Okay, easy enough to do. You got it. Soraya,
Sophion.
Sophion, I was gonna say, Sophion, what you doing?
Sophion is just kind of gonna chill out on the steps and just kind of. Is the sun still out?
It is. It's actually getting very high and very, very intense.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's sucking up all of that goodness. Finally, underneath the sun, like he's enjoying himself, and
It is warm to the point of being hot, just because you're so used to being cold.
oh yeah, then pants off, then definitely.
You see Alexandria creeps up in the door behind you and looks at you as you're pulling down your trousers, and she just kind of backs up into the shadow and looks left and looks right, and stays there in the doorway looking over your shoulder out into the sunny field in front of you. After a couple of minutes of kind of homing in on this voice, Soraya, you do come, in fact, to a gravestone that says Aquilin Grimsunder.
Does the voice stop, or is it still repeating it?
It is continuing to repeat everything, except it is very, very loud now, as though all the other voices are in an adjacent room, and this one is the sole voice in a room with you.
Okay, I will get on my hands and knees and start digging with my hands.
Okay.
I'll go over and start inspecting the grave, seeing as Soraya has stopped doing football practice routines throughout all the gravestones.
Once I get my vial, I'd like to go find them too.
Okay, so you come out. Brian's made their way most of the way to where Soraya is, and you see them passing Sophion on the steps, pantsless, and Alexandria in the doorway. You come around, you find them, and you see them several dozen feet out into the graveyard by themselves. At this point, Soraya is digging in the dirt, and Brian is just coming up and starting to look at the gravestone.
Oh wait, Soraya, you don't have to dig with your hands. I can move that for you. What are you doing?
I hear the voice, but I will back up and wipe off my hands. If there's a quicker way.
You mean you hear the voices that Alexandria was talking about?
Yes, I did, but now I am basically just hearing the one, and it led me to here.
When Lorelei called out to you, the voices stopped.
Well, I was before you all started coming and talking, but yes.
As they're talking,
anything.
Brian, you're glancing down where Soraya was kind of digging around in the dirt, and you see the thin rail leading to an iron hinge at the base of the gravestone.
Is it like a pulley hinge?
As though the gravestone either tips or moving, it either tips over itself, revealing something, or maybe if it moves, it pushes something else. It's kind of hard to tell without trying to engage it.
I'm gonna wiggle it
Wait,
and see
do
which
you
way
need
it
me
tells.
to move any dirt or anything? And you were digging. I didn't want you to get all dirty. I'm sorry.
It is fine. I do not mind the dirt, but be careful. That it could be rigged or something. You know.
I was not listening. While they were talking, I was wiggling it.
Like a tooth.
The second I saw it, I'm like, hinge? Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Whichever way it leans, that's where it's going.
So you put a little bit of weight into it, and just with a light wiggle, it doesn't do anything. If you want to exert some force, I'm going to need a strength check. Athletics.
Do it. Without question. Athletics. Hey, 17.
All
I
right.
just like lay on it.
You lean against it, nothing happens. Put a little bit of weight into it, and then finally you just throw all of your weight against it. And as your shoulder digs into a little bit, it kind of and falls on the ground. As it does so, this kind of trapdoor swings out from underneath, dang near underneath Soraya's feet. As you dart back for a second, the dirt falls into this dark pit below, and a very narrow old set of rough-hewn wooden, well, a stepladder essentially, descends down into the ground.
Hey, look! I did it!
That was risky, but yes, we should tell. Well, how long do you think it would take for Sophion to realize we did not return?
Probably a long time.
Like next week, he's like, "We're gonna do something." Like,
He like wakes up from his like long ass sub nap, like half burnt. He's like, oh man, where did everyone go?
But perhaps we could use him, and perhaps we should check back in with Alexandria, ask if she wants to come. But I do not think that she. I think she would be more of a liability than an asset.
I don't think she should come. I don't want her to die. I'm so afraid.
Yes.
Do you think that this tunnel is safe? Do you think that there's something down there?
I cast light on a rock, like one of the grave rocks nearby. I just drop it.
Oh no, now they're gonna know.
No memento, please. Oh, you cast light. It descends down about 10-15 feet. Clunk, 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 at the bottom of this ladder. You see at the base of this stone room, there's essentially like large river stones that have been placed in the bottom here. And in order to see a full view of the room, you have to get down on your belly and like stick your head in and look around.
Oh
But
yeah,
you-
no, that was what I did
Okay.
before I tossed the rock. Just-
All right. Well, the room beneath is square shaped, about 20 by 20, and then off to the east, you see a about 10-foot wide passageway carved through the rock that disappears out of sight.
I like
That
poke my
you-
head up. Hello, tunnel.
Yes, but you do raise a good point. The story that you knew, the story about some secret tunnel being the key to infiltrating this place. Wouldn't they also be aware of a secret tunnel? Wouldn't
like-
they not put
Well,
protections?
I like half my head inside the thing, and I just raise my finger up. Technically, Sophion was the one that knew that story.
Yes,
but
that is true. That is true.
Well, Sophion said that it was like an assassin, right? That went in and killed everybody and then left. Maybe they didn't figure out where the assassin came from, right? Maybe.
Yes, but Sophion learned this in a school. That
Oh,
means it is
true.
fairly common knowledge, at least on the surface world. I do not know if the people from underground would know this story.
I'll like
But
raise up
we
my
should
head
not-
and kind of get off and be like, well, just because they know about the story doesn't mean they know where it is.
I
Legends are
wanna get
based
out
off
of-
general stories.
I want to get out of the sun as soon as possible. My eyes are hurting so bad.
Of course, I do think this is the way to go, but we should keep our guards up. They could have put in protections in this journey.
Hey, Sophion, you want to go down first?
yeah, I guess.
Get Alexandria.
Yo, Alexandria. So he'll start putting on his pants and shirt and armor.
And Sophion, you stand up in the doorway, calling out to Alexandria. Put your shirt back down over your head after pulling up your breeches, and you pull your shirt back down over your head. And as you pull the collar down over your face, you see a couple of heads on the road, the old trail, rising up above the hill, coming in your direction.
Couple of heads or horses? What?
Heads on bodies, walking.
Okay.
I was gonna say just heads or.
Yeah, I was like-
Floating heads.
Hey guys, I think we got company.
Oh, we should go. We should
We
go.
should
If
go.
those are the
Go.
guards, we have to go.
Alexandria, hide.
Alexandra, where you at?
Now, I'm gonna maybe retcon this a little bit. I'm gonna leave it up to you, Sophion. coming up this hill, because it's kind of steep coming up here, these individuals may be 100 feet away. So if you're gonna, you can call out if you want to, but they're definitely going to hear you, because these guys are a few, I don't know, say 40, 50 feet behind the chapel, and you're over there on the front of it on the opposite side.
Alexandria, where are you at? Where you at?
Right here behind you. What? Are you whispering?
Because there's fuckers coming. Can you see them with your dwarven eyes? What do they look like?
The fuck do you mean dwarven eyes? Got dwarven steel? I ain't got no dwarven eyes. I got dwarven eyes, but I can. Well, just get the fuck in here.
Whose eyes are those? If they're not yours, if they're not dwarven.
Boom. The door closes behind you.
Okay.
Sofyan.
Yeah, I think we're all coming down.
And that's where we're gonna take a break.
Yeah! Hit the deck.
So, all right, we will see what happens after this. Click a button, click a button, click a button, clicking buttons here, clicking over here. All right, I'm good. All right, it is. All right, a little late on break, not bad, 9:42. So we will try and be back here in 5 to 10 minutes, everybody. Thank you for joining us. See who these individuals are and what's going to happen here at the chapel outside of Atrix Folly. And yeah, bio break, stretch, snacks, get your friends, all that great stuff. We'll see y'all in a minute, okay? All right, so we are back. Quick 1 second recap as Sofyan consumes a healing box of chicken.
It's pie. This is hard to get out.
We got Brian, Soraya, and Lorelei in the back. Probably 60-ish, 50, 60. Hold on. You know what? I don't even have to guess anymore, because guessing is for suckers. Let's see. Oh, that's a problem. Let me do that.
Guess I'm a sucker then.
Right.
Because I guess all the time.
That's right.
I do nothing but guess.
I haven't been sure about a damn thing in my life.
Yeah, so
That's
you
the
three are about 60 feet behind the chapel. Sofyan, you are on the rounded steps in front of the door. Alexandria's right there with you. You see these individuals walking up the path. They're about 100 feet away. When you notice them, they don't seem to have noticed you, okay? You can tell that they're kind of looking off to the right and to the left, walking hesitantly, like they don't want to be here, but they're begrudgingly proceeding in your direction. So, I know there was a little confusion with my description, so knowing what you know right now, what are you going to do?
Oh, are there any corpses around? That's why you always carry a body.
Unfortunately, there are no corpses around, no.
Okay. All right, let's do this. So he's gonna take his knife and kind of like cut the top part of his head, to start like letting the blood trickle over his face, and he's just gonna roll around in the dust and everything. He's like, all right, Gaddis, I got this. He's gonna start like creeping out of the door, like.
Oh,
Jesus.
I'm just laying out
all over the face, like. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty limber. I'm gonna do the, you know, the Exorcist like body contortion. I'm gonna twist up and like start crawling on all fours down the stairwell, belly up, like.
I will.
Oh my god!
I will
Please
get
make
to
him do a
the-
dex check.
I will get to the corner of
Break my
the
back.
building just to sort of peek around and be able to see them.
Okay, well, I will say, unless you decided to call out Sofyan,
Oh,
knowing
right.
how close they were, y'all don't know they're there yet.
You're right.
Oh, I would have
I'm-
like whispered. Well, I would have told the dwarf lady like, go tell them. I'm gonna hold them off.
Okay, we'll do that. So I'm gonna roll a stealth check for Alexandria,
I'm
because there is
still
line of sight.
laying on my
Yeah, but
stomach,
we're-
head into the grave thing.
Yeah,
or
we're just
the-
looking into the tunnel.
100%. Alright, so I rolled a stealth check for Alexandria, that was a 12. Let me roll a perception check for the most perceptive individual amongst this group. The individual rolled a 17. None of y'all know this, I'm just declaring my roll so everybody knows what's going on here. So, Sofyan, since you're doing this zombie ghoul thing, man. Alright, so I need a performance check to see how well you sell this. And I also want an acrobatics check to see if you kind of, like, for flavor, hurt yourself twisting up into all these contorted positions.
Well, I'm going to. I'm old.
Not for actual damage. I'm just curious to see how well
It
you can
hurts
contort
now.
yourself.
Like,
Would-
if I was forced to do this, I'd die.
Would I have received word that this was happening in time to help him with this?
Let's see. He whispers.
If someone gets my attention,
Yeah, what is... Let me see. Give me y'all's passive perceptions. You
12.
three. 12.
I'm pretty sure mine is really high.
Yours is a 15. Yeah,
Mine is-
disregard.
yeah.
I don't even know why I'm asking with Lorelei. Go ahead and tell me yours too, Brian.
mine is 12.
Okay. So,
Minus 12.
mine
No,
is,
mine
not minus.
is- Well, I'm not that tired, okay.
So, Lorelei, you do hear soft padded feet coming from the chapel, which is really weird. And you look over, and you see Alexandria over there.
Okay, I'm gonna say, oh god, I think there's something happening. I think something's wrong.
And we'll go to the
Like,
corner.
Look up. Can I look and see what Sophion's doing?
Okay, so y'all would have to run up. So I'm kind of doing an initiative in my head to make sure everything's timed right here. Because Sophion's trying to react, and y'all are trying to get up there without being seen. There's a lot going on. So Sophion, you quickly cut your head a little bit and throw some cake on your face. That would be about the time, some mud caked on your face. That's about the time that Lorelei would see Alexandria in the back doing this number. Oh Jesus!
Let's do this.
I like how you just have it ready. Like,
Everyone should have a flesh mask at hand whenever you need. Look at it. It's like
If I had a nickel.
I have a flesh mask. It's on my face. It's called my face.
have an extra one, which is like I'm sad we didn't bring the drow body because I would have.
All right. So what is your performance check, Sophion?
Okay. My performance. Let's see.
If you start doing the ring zombie contortion thing, they're gonna notice you.
13.
You know, actually, let me reveal these because I don't want you guys to think I'm screwing this one. So the 12 was Alexandria's stealth check. This was a perception check. Yours is a 13. So now I'm going to do an insight check for the individuals with them.
They're like,
this
this is halflings being
the
halflings.
first kind. This is the second individual. And this is the third type of individual. All right, so you got
As
a
soon as I have
21,
an
a 19, and a
opportunity,
4.
I'm trying to make this I'm trying to make this more convincing as soon as I have the opportunity.
Okay, sure. So
What if I twist my head all the way around?
then you'd probably die. You'd probably die. All right, so you know what? No, because of the type of individual with them. So you start doing this whole thing and zombieing out, and it's pretty good. They notice you walking up. Still, they're about 100 feet away, and the first one, you see two of them have these short bows. They're kind of flanking these four individuals kind of in the middle of them with these long spears, kind of homemade tips on them. And then standing behind them is a cloaked in this really fine material looking Drow. You can barely see their face, maybe their chin, as the sunlight's shining upon them. Okay. The scouts pick their bows up and look at you, and they kind of step back a little bit. And the ones in the middle with the spears, their faces get really, really freaked out, but they hold their ground. They're not really shaky. And the Drow kind of cocks their head at you, and then you hear them say, "Proceed," and they hesitantly walk towards you. So at this point, you guys have moved up. You're probably about at the back of the chapel now. If you look around the side, you can see them coming up. Okay? But you're still about 40, 50 feet away from the front of the chapel where Sophion is.
Okay, I will.
They're at the front of the chapel?
Yeah, they're at the front of the chapel.
Oh,
There's no
I'm
door to the back of the chapel.
Cool.
There's no door
I'm
outside.
Just gonna casually start making my way, like, inch by inch down, like, testing for traps down the little ladder. I'm just gonna
Okay, so
ignore
you're
what's
going into the tunnel.
I'm gonna go, like, halfway into the tunnel. I'm gonna go halfway down those stairs.
Okay.
As soon as I can see them coming, I'm going to look specifically at the one that is closest to Sophian.
Okay.
And I will chill touch.
All right. So that's going to be one of the individuals more in the middle.
That's a 20 to hit.
That is a hit. And
So
you're actually, I don't want to rob you of a potential crit. They don't see you yet, so that's advantage.
Word. Okay. I'll just roll the d20 again. So I don't roll the damage again. No. Better, but
Okay.
still. So a ghostly skeletal hand emerges from the ground between Sophian and this person and grabs this person by the ankle, doing 6 points of necrotic damage before. And it just holds, I think. Yeah, it holds on to his ankle.
You got it.
Ankle bracelet going
And then I
on.
will whip back around the other side of the corner and disappear.
All right. Well, you are officially seen unless you take an action to try and hide again.
Right.
But
Shit.
they don't have line of sight on you. They just know you're
Right.
there.
Yeah, I'm just ducking behind again.
You got it. All right. So this individual cries out in a mixture of agony and surprise. This thing rips out and grabs her ankle and starts to try and pull away and go back. And the drow grabs her shoulder and pushes them on. These guys seem to want to flee, but at the same time, they are more scared of this individual with them. That's the kind of the sense you're getting. Sophian, you're still in zombie form. They're still coming towards you. You can recognize that someone cast a spell. Probably Soraya from the look of it. What are you going to do?
Quick, start foaming from the mouth.
Oh. Put a ghost pepper in my mouth. All right. I'm going to looking at these motherfuckers. I'm pulling out my bell, and I'm gonna start chiming it for the amount of people that are here. And I'm like, the bell tolls for y'all.
Jesus.
Okay.
I'm
You got
gonna
it.
come up with my dagger like, we're gonna do this.
All right. So you're really selling this performance thing. You got it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go bard from here on out. This is
Okay.
my
Multi-classing
calling.
bard is fine. It's cool. Lorelai, while you're here, are you doing anything?
I want to stay like halfway between Soraya and Brian, just in case Brian needs help in the tunnel and Soraya needs help at the front, and just wait and see what happens.
Okay, so are you more in the back by Brian, or are you up with Soraya?
Probably more in the back by Brian.
Okay. I am going to give you all a map because this is going to get real.
Yeah.
So,
What?
let me move some tokens around, drop up the mat, and then we'll roll for initiative.
Let's get rolling.
Do this.
Do this.
Let's see. Putting everybody on the map where they said they were. Ryan, where's your token? Oh, there you are. It's hard to see you against a green background.
I know,
Okay.
right? I'm a perfect camo. I'm literally just camouflage.
All right. Everybody, roll for initiative.
Oof. That's a lot of dice, Joey.
I mean, you know.
Ooh, high initiative for Soraya, 19.
That's a lot of rolls.
Oh, snap. How come
I
mine
got-
is the only pink one?
Because you have yours set to be pink, I guess? I don't know what
Yeah,
to tell
but
you.
why? Y'all need to have more brightly colored shit.
Mine's
Mine are
yellow.
pinks.
I do like yellow. That's good color.
Mine are very character specific.
Mine
Mine
are
are
very
too.
personal. My favorite color is yellow.
Sophian has a pink soul.
And I am yellow. So.
All right. So, Lorelai and Soraya, that was the. We're gonna say since y'all just did stuff, that was the beginning of initiative order. Let me get y'all on a map. Oop. Y'all are both highest anyway.
Wonderful.
Everybody here. All right.
Okay, I'll awkwardly try to get this pie again.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh.
There has to be a better way.
Let's see
You know
what we
there
got
probably
here.
is. It's pot pies.
It's a chicken pie.
Is it actually?
No.
Oh.
All right. So, you two go. Let's top initiative order. Lorelei and Soraya go. Worked out with the initiative rolls. As you cast Chill Touch, and they freak out a little bit, the Drow regains control, and then pushes them off, separating them. So, one of these spirit-wielding individuals, along with the bow, sweeps around the left side of the chapel. One starts to sweep around to the right, and the two with the other spears and the Drow go directly towards Sophion in the front middle. Let me go ahead and reveal these.
Beat the shit out of them with this bell.
We're gonna find out.
Ring a dang dang, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I didn't hear no bell. Except that one.
All right. So
I
the
hear the
two with the
bell.
spears take their action. They charge forward, spears at the ready, directly in your direction. Sophion, the Drow comes up next to them. He uses a bonus action to dash, whips out this wicked-looking curved short sword, and takes 2 strikes at you.
Does he get a penalty because he's in bright light?
He does. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me double-check something. I'm pretty sure he does not because of something that he has going on.
Can I have it too?
You will have an opportunity to have it too. Yes.
Yay. It's just sunglasses.
It's yeah, kind of.
It's a parasol.
Are those Oakleys? Damn!
Aviators, retro, nice.
Oh, they're like Top Gun fanatics.
sure.
Okay. Yeah. So as this individual charges up and slashes out at you twice with this wicked-looking short sword, you see this silvery, really thin, wavy cloak that's covering down half of its face. It's kind of shimmering and reflecting sunlight back in your direction.
Ah!
Reflective shield.
All right.
Blinded by the light.
So remember, you don't have your armor on, but you do have your pants on, so that's a good thing. The first attack is a 6. Sophion?
Get that out. My pants deflected.
The second the second is a 15.
That hits.
All right. That's going to be a total of 8 piercing damage to you.
They have some of that good, that, you know, that, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
Drow boys.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I know what you're saying. They do not have it on this. The scouts and the rest of these individuals have to use their action to charge towards you. Sophion, you're up. What are you going to do?
Fucked up. So I'm going to, the one in front of me hit me, right?
No, the one with the cloak on.
Oh, this cloaky bitch? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna summon my my boy right behind him.
You got it?
I'm like, look behind you. You're gonna get stabbed. And attack. Man. 12 misses.
12 does miss.
Bonus action, gonna slap him with the bell.
Okay, give me a d20 roll.
Hell
I just
yeah.
imagine that like TikTok song where just like, boo, bitch, I'm a ghost. It just goes so far right behind.
Bell rings out, cling, 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 deflecting off his short sword. No damage, unfortunately. Sorry.
I'm like, alright, y'all lucky. That's
Brian.
one.
You have descended halfway down the stairs. You kind of pause for a moment and look around. The walls, they have stone masonry around them. They're fitted very well, not letting in any water or anything like that. The room is otherwise bare besides the stone on the walls and the ceiling, the large river stones on the bottom. It's very dark, and then there's a dark tunnel disappearing off, and then it kind of turns to the left as though it sneaks towards the north.
Would I assume that snaking goes closer towards the direction that we need to go to get to the fort thing?
Yeah, because it starts east, and so it
Yeah.
would have to curve around and go that way.
Okay. I will start making my way back up. Not like going completely up because I don't know what's going on. And I'll just be like, yeah, it looks like this is the way that it needs to go, and then I will give Lorelai a bardic inspiration.
Yay!
You got it.
And then that will be my
Alright.
turn. So I don't want to see anything. I just kind of want to like exist right at the edge so I can see Lorelai.
You got it. It's fine with me. Lorelai gives you bardic inspiration. Say, hey, look, everything is good. You see her. You're aware of what's going on out here, and you see these individuals running around the chapel, and you start to hear the sounds of fighting in the front of the chapel, while Soraya has ducked around the corner. That excited look in her eyes she gets when she starts using magic.
Excited is a strong word.
Excited is a
I
strong
twinge.
word. Excited is a very wide-reaching word. It can mean a lot of things.
You see the red flushed face. It's not excitement, it's hives.
There you go.
Okay. I'm going to cast Spike Growth
Okay.
right
checked out.
here. And it's a 20-foot radius.
All right.
And the area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it moves.
Okay, now, this is something that people kind of get a little confused about with the map. The area around it is relatively open. The map doesn't go that far. They can just kind of go around this, but it will definitely block off that direct path to you, just FYI.
That's fine.
Okay. Alright, you can drop a template there. Can you do that?
Oh, yes.
I think you just click the spell button, Foundry, it'll do it.
Yeah, hold on, I have to pull it up. Be sure that it has it in my thing. I have to find it. Oh, there it is.
Alright. So, all these thick briars slam out of the ground, trying to encapsulate two of these individuals. Well, they need a saving throw, correct?
Let's see.
Or is it attack roll?
Actually, it is any creature that can't see the area at the time of the spell's cast must make a wisdom perception check to recognize it as hazardous before entering it. So
Okay.
I'm centering it to where it would already be under their feet.
Yep.
So I don't think they have to make a check because it's all also just like right there.
Yeah, they see
can
it
see it.
shoot up, and for every 5 feet they move, they take 2d4.
Yes.
Got it. Beautiful. Alright. Anything else?
That's gonna be it for me.
Alright, Soraya, you're up.
Alright, I will take out my crossbow and whip back around the corner, see threats, and I will fire at the one closer to me.
Go for it.
Pew! Uh-oh. 8.
8 does not hit, I'm sorry.
Whip back. I'm gone.
You got it.
That's
All
my
right.
turn.
The drow is up again. He sees you attacking it, so it is going to... No, he thinks they have the upper hand, so it's going to go back at you again twice with a short sword. Rolling like shit. Man, you guys are rolling like shit, and so am I. That's a 9 and a 6, so that doesn't work. He leans over to the spear-wielding individuals at your side after he's like in the middle of swiping with you. Take them. They will be back before lunch so I can get some sleep. The Zasta will be pleased. And they look at you, look at him. It will be done. The archers move forward. This one's gonna hop out. They are. It says moving within, and they're just kind of popping out. I don't think that counts. What do you think?
That is up to you. It just
I'm
says
gonna roll a d20. I think it's if you're moving from square to square.
moves into or within the area. It takes
I'm-
2d4.
I'm gonna roll 2d4 because it was a bad roll on this part anyway. God, that's a lot of damage. 7 piercing damage. It's going to scratch its legs as he hops out, and then it is going to... What's the range on you? Because you cast that spell.
130 feet from me to them.
Alright, so it is going to take a shot at you. Longbow. I said short bow, they're technically longbows, mechanically. Attack, nothing. 6 to hit, doesn't hit. And it is going to move further around, sweeping around this thing. 5, 10. It's 10 to get out. Alright. I know where it is at on my map. It's off y'all's map. And the other one... You can see you, can't see Soraya because of where we're at, and Brian's still in the ground. So you're going to get another arrow shot at you. And that's a 4, so an 8. Nothing. Sophion, you're up. Are you talking, Mitch?
Yeah, I was more so thinking than talking.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna move him there. Bonus action, trade places.
You got it.
And doing a shove.
Okay.
It's him.
You got it. So that's an athletics check.
This is Sophion!
I rolled not too bad. I rolled a 14.
Come on. Oh my, it was almost a 17. I flew on it. It hit the side of the table. It fell off. It doesn't count. I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
Let's do it again.
I need to make another roll. That's second attack. Acrobatics. You rolled a 20. I rolled... Oh my god.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a natural 20 for a 22.
I'm going home.
Shoved forward him, he dodges out of the way. You try to leverage that momentum and push him the other way. He twirls around. Short sword swings at your face. You back up. You guys are locked into it. Almost take you out.
Like, you and me, let's do this, bitch.
All right. And with that, his 2 allies are up, unless you're moving or doing something else.
Nah, that's it. I'm good.
All right. They're going to make an attack roll with you. Both of them lash out with their spears. Not stabbing, they're kind of like swinging them around their heads and trying to like cut you with the ends of them. The strange hooked ends on them. The first one's a 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alright, so that's 2 damage. 2 slashing. And the other one is a 22 to hit for another 3 slashing damage.
Right.
These guys are going to keep flanking.
And I wish in Hero Forge you could put scars. That's what they're missing.
Let's see, this one's going to take 2d4 as he tries to get out of the spike growth. So that's 2 for the first square, and then getting out is another 3. Jesus. So that is 5 total damage to him as he backs out of the square. And he is going to follow the archer around. So it's 20 feet so far. So he is here. And they are swooping around to try and capture you because they feel like the front are handled. And we have that spellcaster hiding back there. That means, Brian, you're at the top of this ladder looking up at Lorelei, and you see you correspond with her a little bit, and she looks up, and you see her close her eyes for a moment, concentrating, and then you sense the release of arcane energy. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna say, hey, what's going on? And I'm gonna, like, poke my head up a little bit, like, just so at the top I'm camouflaged, so I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna poke my head up a little bit from the grave just to see if I could see anything past the I know I have, like, gravestones in front of me and stuff, but just to try to see what I can see.
You can see those 2 moving around as they're darting between, from your perspective, darting between the gravestones, moving around this massive circular area of spikes shooting up out of the ground and twisting and writhing amongst themselves.
Oh, can I attempt it? Will I be able to hit one with a crossbow?
I'm
not
yeah,
prone.
I don't see why not.
Hey,
You're
I
standing
want
up.
to try.
Sure. Let's do it.
Do it. Nope. Oh, wait, 13?
13? Which one are you aiming at? You aiming at the archer or the one with the spear?
I can't see either on my map.
Okay. Well,
So,
they're
which-
both either one. They're right next to each other. Just pick one.
One that's more damaged.
Okay, we'll say you aim at the archer, and that is a hit for 5.
Cool. Take 5 piercing damage, and then I will just go boop, back into the hole.
Okay, you got it. The bolt flies out and jams in the calf, and hobbles her a little bit as it keeps running around in that direction, trying to get to you too. Because now they know where you are. All right, Lorelai, you're up.
Oh goodness. How far away are they from me?
They are about 110 feet.
10. They're so far away. Alright, I'm gonna drop my spike growth since they're not in it anymore.
Okay.
Oh gosh, what should I do? What should I do? I'm gonna move. I'm gonna say, Brian, they're I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where these people came from. And I'm gonna move. Could I hide behind any of these gravestones? Like, are they big enough for me to hide behind?
Yeah, they're pretty big. You have to try to hide, sure, and at least break line of sight.
Okay. So if I moved like up here and like hid behind these.
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
Oh goodness, oh goodness, oh gosh.
So mechanically, what's going to happen if they can't see, if you succeed on the stealth check, then they're not going to know where you are at all. That's just how it works, because you're kind of dodging between the gravestones. If they can, you're going to basically have half cover.
I got an 18.
All right, let me get a perception check here. Really good stealth roll, and the archer rolled a 22.
Wow.
The spearman rolled a natural 1.
Nice.
So you see the spearman kind of loses sight of you. Brian's in a hole, doesn't know what to do. Sees the archer running that way. And he peels off to the left, start heading the direction where you know Soraya is. Anything else, Lorelai?
I know that's gonna be it for me.
All right, Soraya, you're up.
All right, new bolt in the crossbow. I whip out.
They're about 40 feet away from you.
Oh, I do see someone.
Yeah, you do. The two that are going around the spike growth, they're just not on the map because of range and stuff.
I'm hitting with my crossbow.
Okay, spear or archer?
Neither, with an 11.
That is a fact. Neither hits either of them. It splits right between the middle of them as they diverge. The spearman coming towards you, the archer heading towards Lorelai.
Okay, I will 10, 15, or 10, 15 over here, 20, 25, 30 over here. Just try to make some distance between us. That's my turn.
You got it. This Drow's not giving up on you. Sophion. Finally got a decent roll. That is
Giving up on them.
a 22 to hit, and then a 7 to hit. So you're going to take, from the first strike, you're going to take a total of 9 slashing damage from the short sword.
Let's do this.
2 scouts are up. This one is going to keep running until he's well within range. Actually, Archer's going to run up until the point where...
Am I missing part of the map? I'm getting a very small...
They're off map. That's fine.
Okay.
You're off-roading, bro.
Yeah. They're coming back on the map because they aren't going around the spike growth anymore. The Archer moves forward 30 feet and half cover on you. This is going to be a -2 on the shot, Lorelai. That is I'm sorry, it's a +2 to your AC, I believe. So it's a 10 to hit, which doesn't hit. Spearman is going to... I'm sorry, Spearman's not up yet. The other archer, though. Going to keep going 30 feet, try and get an angle on you. Stop it. Oop. And same thing, you still have half cover. But now it sees Soraya.
Oh, shit.
Lorelai, that was still a 9 to hit with the arrow, didn't hit. So they're both focused on you. They type pot shots, and they see Soraya now, basically in between both of them. And they look back. Over here! And calling back to the spearmen, talking about Soraya, as I think they aim to pin you down back there while the spearmen take out Soraya. Sophion, you're up.
I don't know what's going to happen to them.
I know, right? All right. So, let's just slap it. So attempting to stab the Drow.
Go for it.
So, how was that? 2.
What's up?
I don't know. I rolled twice. I don't know why. Maybe.
You probably rolled a natural 1 on one of them?
Yeah.
No, it was a 6.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it probably just double clicks. Your first one was an 11 according to the chat, right?
Yeah. So that will miss. I will spend my bonus action taking second wind.
Okay. Adrenaline surges. You get a little more energy back.
That is it for me.
All right. Spearmen are up. These spearmen are gonna attack you. First one is a natural 20.
They are gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
Cause I'm fucking lucky.
That is an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. Using the first damage total, that was 8 damage. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, timeout. That was with the advantage modifier, so that would be a total of 2 damage.
Damage. All right.
Now the other one is going to strike out at you. That is a 17 to hit
That'll hit.
for another 4 damage.
All right.
These other 2 are going to charge up using their action to run. This one gets, you can start to see this one come right around the corner, Soraya. And the other one comes face to face with you without using their action. Let me make sure they don't have reach. I don't think they do. Double check. They do not have reach. So this one's going to charge right up into your face, and the other one uses their action to just, you start to see them right around the corner. And that is it for them. Brian, you're up.
Well, the longbow archer is still coming our way, right?
They seem to be content on pinning down Lorelei to keep her from casting spells or doing anything else, while the spearmen surge in on Soraya, as best you can tell from the way they're moving and everything.
I'm gonna poke my head out and try to hit it with a crossbow again.
The archer?
Yep.
Go for it.
Boop! That's a 19 to hit for 7 piercing.
You got it, and that takes him out right through the neck and falls to the ground.
I'm just gonna go, oh, nailed it, and then go back into my hole.
All right, Lorelei, one's down, courtesy of Brian. You got one other archer focused on you, and Soraya's looking to be in trouble, maybe, depending on what Soraya does. What are you gonna do?
Is the other archer this one up here at the top?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna go brown bear.
All right. I feel like this is a thing.
And then I'm gonna use my how much speed does my brown bear have?
40
feet. Okay, I'm gonna use all of that to go as close as I can to this guy.
All right, well, it's 55 all the way, so you can get here
Okay.
with 40. If you want to use your act, well, that with wall shaping in action.
Wall shaping is a bonus action.
Okay, well then you can use the rest of your action to get all the way up on him if you want.
Oh, since he has a spear, I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. I just want to try to get his attention. I want to roar at him.
Okay, you roar, and he notices the shit out of you, and he does not know what to do with himself. Soraya, you're up. What are you gonna do?
That is a great question. I will see the person in front of me and say, whoa, 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 freeze, and cast frostbite. That's a con save.
All right. And rolled a natural 1.
Hey, 6 points of damage. Pew 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 pew.
You got it.
And disadvantage.
Yes, and disadvantage on its next weapon attack roll. Which I will use right now as I try to escape.
Okay, you got it. Opportunity to attack with disadvantage. Rolled an 18 and a 17 for a total of 20.
Okay, I will shield.
Okay, you got it. You turn a dart away, deflect the strike, run out further on the road along the gravestones to where Brian is. Anything else?
That's all I got. And that's
Alright.
all of my spells as well.
Uh-oh.
Alright,
Be
bro.
fine.
Alright, 2 short swords attack from the Drow back at Sophion again. because they feel like they have you pinned. That is a 16 to hit
Got
Me?
me. And
for
No, so
8.
8 damage.
Yep, and then an 11, which does not hit, I don't think, right?
No, it hits.
It does? Okay, so that's
Yeah.
another 5 damage.
I am a strength dude. I do not have much dex.
Yeah. Alright. With that, the archer is up. They notice this brown bear come charging towards them, and the little frail mage is darting off in the distance, so, shoot an arrow at the bear. Oh wow, they get 2 arrows, and I've been screwing that up this whole time. The first one's a 9,
Misses.
and the second one's a 14. I really should read these character sheets, right?
That hits.
Alright, so that's 7 piercing damage
Okay.
from the second arrow, and they are going to back up a little bit. Sophion, you're up.
Oh god. It's not. What's the roof of this place look like? And how tall is it?
I would say the edge of it is probably about 10 to 12 feet up, and it's kind of like this old, like tiles that are laid on top of each other, like terracotta tiles almost, that are kind of made out of like this clay. Well, I guess terracotta is clay. You get what I'm saying?
All right, cool. I'm gonna send my duplicate from an alternate dimension up and over, and then I'm going to switch places with it in anticipation to grab onto one of these top things. Just kind of give myself a breather on top of the roof.
Okay, so you're basically just teleporting up to the roof through your echo.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's sloped. If you're on this side, they're still gonna be able to see you. You have to go around like the back or the sides to break line of sight if you're trying to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. That's easy enough. You send them up there, swap real quick, and then you dart off to the side where you can see Lorelei getting arrows shot, and these guys with the spears like hesitantly approaching. Soraya's running off, and you see Brian's little head poke up every now and then with the crossbow at the ready.
Hi.
Are you going to go to the side or to the back? Just curious.
I guess to the back, whichever feels safest.
Okay.
And
We'll put
I'm
you on the
going
ground, but you're
to-
on the roof.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink this potion of heroism.
Okay.
Glug 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 glug.
You got it.
All right, that's it for me then.
So is your echo's still up on the roof? On like the front side? No, swap down with you, so it's down where you were.
Yeah. So by now it would have disappeared because at the end of my turn it's further than 30 feet.
Okay, you got it.
So it will
Cool.
be back. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Spears are up. They are going to... They don't know what's going on in the back, so they're going to charge around to either side. Right, so this one goes here. And this one goes here. Alright, so you're on top of the roof. You see them, the two spear wielders at the front charge around the back to see what's going on. They see the bear, and they're starting to kind of like circle in on this bear. They don't really notice you up there, and they seem to be ignoring Soraya for now. The two that were already back there are going to...
Oh, Lorelei, she can bear it.
They're going to charge in on Lorelei. First one, spear attack against you, Lorelei, is 2 3s for a 6. Second one is a... Make sure these guys don't have multi-attack. I don't think they do. Second one's an 18 for 7. Okay, yeah, they do not have multi-attack. Okay, I'm not crazy. So, another 7. You need a concentration check for wild shape. Is that a thing?
No.
I didn't think so. It's asking me to roll it. Okay.
Is wild shape like in Foundry? Is it considered a spell?
Yeah, it might be. It could be the way it's coded. That's why I'm checking. I didn't think wild shape was concentration.
Yeah.
Brian, you're up.
Can I see any of them if I poke my little head out?
I think it was asking me to roll concentration because I had spike growth on and then it never took that concentration off.
All right, I just took it off. Good deal. Yeah, you can pretty much see everybody kind of moving around, darting through these stones. It'd be hardest to see the one opposite of Lorelei, but the other three you could see, plus the archer, a good distance away.
Cool. How far away is the archer?
Archer is about 60 feet away.
Could I try and hit the archer?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I'm gonna try it. We'll give my crossbow out. 17 to hit
17 hits.
for 4 piercing,
You got it.
and then
First-
poop back in my hole.
First hit it takes, right through its thigh. You pop back down. You're pretty safe in that hole. You're doing good. Anything else?
Nope. That's it. That's my turn. That's all I can do.
All right, Brown Bear.
Okay, I'm going to. The one on my left down here is the one
Yep.
that I injured before, right?
I have a technical question.
Go ahead.
Does Brown Bear Lorelei have the bardic inspiration?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I carry everything over.
Yeah.
Cool. Keep in mind you have that for saves, attacks, and checks.
Okay.
And yes, that's the one you injured.
Okay. I'm going to multi-attack him.
Go for
Nope. Not with that one.
it.
Let's see if my claws have anything better. Nope, they don't. I miss. Well, I have an 11. I don't know if that hits.
11 does not hit, unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel like we just need to tell them maybe let's do this again tomorrow. Like, none of us are having a good day. This isn't working out. Let's try again.
I'm gonna use a bonus action to restore some HP to myself.
You got it. Something is going on with Mitch's webcam, too.
Oh yeah, I see it on stream.
Yeah.
Having a rave.
Is it doing that in Teams?
Oh,
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
Okay. That's why.
Mitch, you're getting abducted by aliens.
Mr.
Mr.
DM, I don't feel so good.
Yeah, right? Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
Too soon.
Yeah, right?
Oh man, that is
Oh.
Mitch, can you try popping out and coming back into the call, please?
Yeah.
Okay, because you got a little bit before you're up. Alright, so you restored some hit points. That's the end of your turn. Right, Lorelei?
Yes.
Alright, Soraya.
Okay, I will fire my crossbow at that fine person.
You got it.
17.
17 hits.
So that's 8 points of piercing to that person. Then I will
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, and just try to get down prone behind these tombstones, get a little bit of cover.
You got it. Alright. So, the drow comes around, sees the bear, and gonna take a shot at it. With a hand crossbow. That's a crit.
I refuse, honestly.
You refuse. For... Oh, there's extra damage here. I gotta make sure I get it right. That's gonna be a total of 20 piercing damage.
Alright, I'm no longer a brown bear.
Okay. And I need a constitution saving throw.
Are you a white bear?
Now I'm a human.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration for my con save, just in case.
Okay.
Oh, just kidding, I got a natural 20.
Save that.
Save it.
Second crossbow attack to you. And that's a 2. Alright. Now that there's not a bear anymore, these other individuals are going to focus a little bit better. This one is going to take a shot. You are prone. You drop down, Soraya?
Yes. So that would be disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yep. Probably doesn't hit, unless you have an AC of 9.
I do not.
Alright, so arrow ricochets off the gravestone next to you, and they move up to get better line of sight.
Like in an action movie, when there's a gunfight, you get behind the thing, you just see like the desk exploding with the bullets, you know?
That's right.
Love it.
Sophion, you're up.
Oh. Oh man. This is quite a predicament someone got us in.
Yeah, wonder who that was.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever know, to be honest, but we'll figure it out. I'll summon my duplicate from another universe right over there.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit.
Go for it.
Come on.
Halfling motherfucker. Oh, yeah, that's so cool.
I'm going home. Good luck, guys. It's been fun.
Unfortunately, an 8 does miss, Sophion.
Yeah. That's it for me.
All right.
I tried.
Spear wielders are up. One back here is going to lash out at Sophion's Echo with a 12 to hit.
That misses. Because
Okay.
my duplicate has better AC than me, that little bitch.
All right, he's slashing out. You realize he did that in reaction because you started slashing at him. He realizes what he did, and he's going to dart around as your duplicate kind of shimmers through the spear, and he is going to head towards where Soraya ducked down at. You can get an opportunity attack if you like.
Yeah. Hi. Come on. All right, there we go. We're back in business for 9 damage. 23 to hit.
Nice. So as it passes by your Echo, it slashes out, rakes across its back, staggers forward. A massive sliver of blood starts pouring down its back. Really wounded. Still going after Soraya, and so is... Let's see if he can get there. He cannot get there, but he can get engaged with you, Soraya. So he runs around the gravestones, hopping over them, and gets behind you on the ground. He uses action to get there. These two are already on Lorelei, so they are going to be engaged with Lorelei. First attack is a 17, Lorelei.
That hits.
For 4. The other one's going to shift around a little bit and attack you as well. And that is a 21 to hit.
That also hits.
For 7 damage. That is all 4 of them. Brian, you're up.
Well, obviously I could see... Oops. Obviously I can see the one that's right next to Soraya over there.
You can.
So I'm gonna pop out and try hit it with my crossbow.
Okay.
Boop.
Mm.
Ooh, 22 to hit for
That is a
3
hit.
piercing.
All right, still up on his feet. It did a good bit of damage. He's really hurt.
And then how is Soraya looking pretty hurt?
No, I'm alright.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna pop back down into my hole.
You got it.
That's my turn. I can't do much more.
All right, Lorelei, it's your turn. However, as you start to gain a shift of momentum where you can try and make an action here, you hear the Drow from a distance. Seeing them closing in, surrounding you, you drop out of bear form. Soraya's on the ground about to get surrounded. Archer's popping off shots. He calls out, "Be careful! We must take them back with us unharmed. They need more tribute."
I'm harmed.
Lorelei, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna fuck. And,
You're gonna what now?
That's what I mean,
Whoa.
I mean,
Change in battle tactic. I like
Yeah.
it.
I'm
all a
gonna
distraction.
go brown bear again.
okay.
I'm mad. And then
Big
I'm gonna
mad.
multi-attack them.
You got it. Me say that this one gets pushed out of the way by you transforming. Go for it.
Okay. Oh, that's better. That one's a 20 to hit for 12 damage.
Okay, which one are you hitting?
This one right here.
You got it. That's enough.
And then I'm gonna use my claws and attack the other one that's next to me. That's a 16 to hit. For 14 damage.
That is also enough. So you knock them both off balance with this massive transformation. You snap out at one, ripping its arm off, it falls to the ground. You sweep your big, massive claw around, straight across the other one's chest, exposing its ribcage as he falls to the ground right in front of Sophion's Echo. They are both done, and everybody else is really freaked out now.
Then I'm gonna run over to this guy.
Okay, you got it. Anything else?
Nope, that's gonna be my turn.
All right. Sarai, you're up.
Okay, I will get up from prone.
Okay.
And then, so that's 15. And then, oh, what's happening? There we go. 20, 25, just counter to the other side of this person. And whip out my daggers. Dagger.
Go for it.
First one. 17.
That's a hit.
6 points of piercing.
And that's enough. Slash across the throat, head slumps down and crumbles to the ground next to you.
Okay, so then I will just sort of look around and go, perhaps we should surrender? That's my turn. If they're trying to bring us back alive, isn't that where we want to go? That's my turn.
No.
We go on our own terms.
All right.
Not
So
work out.
with that,
This is a brutal couple turns, just whack.
it
whack.
was just killing him. Sarai, you look around, you say perhaps we should surrender, and then all of a sudden, fear of arcane darkness descends around you.
Fuck!
You know, come on, it's not that bad. And
Can I briefly get out? I really could go for some pineapple right now.
you can, you totally can. The Drow is going to move back around the
Surrounded
corner.
in darkness. Pineapple!
You can see the Drow still peeking around the corner, looking at the bear, readying its crossbow. The one with the bow and arrow is going to take a shot at the brown bear. First one is a 22 to hit
That hurts, I guess.
for 8,
Okay.
and the second one is a natural 20.
That's disgusting.
I'm sorry, I really am, for 13 damage.
That's not off. Okay.
And he pulls back a little bit. Sophion, you're up.
All right. Good happy time. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then going to switcheroo.
You got it.
5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stab him.
Stabby stab stab.
Die! Fiend! 17?
That's a hit.
Yeah, 9 damage. I'm gonna thrust that dagger right into his shoulder blade. Get right into that meaty bit between the bone and twist it a little bit.
You twist it, a gout of blood comes down your wrist as you rip it free. Starts to go for his sword on his side. It's still up.
Yeah, I'm like, go ahead, get your sword out. I'm gonna let you.
All right.
That's it for me.
Spear is up. He is really wounded staring down this bear. He does not like it. So he's going to disengage and go to help out his friend with the archer. Spear attack against you, Sophion. That is a garbage roll of 5 to hit. Which misses. Brian, you're up. You can see Lorelei, and you can see all the way. How far away is that? Shoot, 120 feet away is the Drow peeking around the corner, keeping an eye on the bear and getting its crossbow ready. I mean, yeah, crossbow ready.
I can't really do much if it's hiding. I guess I'll just kind of like keep my head peeked out and I'll hold my crossbow position until I can get a clear shot of him. The one that's peeking out?
You can shoot at it. It would, because it's kind of around the corner, it'd be like half cover.
That's cover. Half cover. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till I have like a clear full shot.
Okay. Cool.
Because I don't have many bolts left, so I want to save them.
Sure
so
thing.
I'm just gonna hold my action until I have a clear shot of them.
Okay, Lorelai, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to chase after the guy that ran away from me.
You got it.
And I'm gonna multi-attack him.
Go for it.
Joey, just so you know, Sofian is frozen on the stream.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't hear him either.
Well, he's muted.
That's a 13
Oh, really?
to hit.
Yeah, I think they hear me. They should be able to hear me. I don't know.
Is he
I
frozen
hear
in
you.
teams? A 13 does hit. So he is dead. He had a hit point left.
Ah,
Then can I use the rest of my movement to... How much was that? That was...
I want to say it was like 20 or 30.
Okay, because the brown bear has 40, so could I use the rest of it to get up next to the other guy?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I want to use my second attack to claw at him. For a natural 20.
Ooh!
16 slashing damage.
That is way more than enough. All right. So, come in. Right next to you, Sophion. Blood just sprays all over the ground around you as this massive brown bear next to you.
I'm gonna scratch it behind its ears.
I do the dog thing where they like turn into it a little bit.
All right. Dry, you're up.
Okay, before I describe what I do, is this darkness spell around me 3rd level or lower?
It is.
Okay, so there's nothing for a bit, and then you see this 60-foot radius of bright light completely destroy this darkness, and I'm holding this glowing orb in one hand and my crossbow in the other going, "Stop doing that!"
You rolled your d10, right?
Let's find out, actually. Good call. Good call.
Fine, I'm sure.
We're good,
Okay,
we're good.
you're good.
And I'll just be there. I believe it's an action to activate it, so I think that's all I've got. But I will move closer to the secret entrance. I'll just come over here. Oh, actually, I'll get behind the grave, and I mean I'm in bright light, but I'll sort of crouch down just to have, giving myself a flashlight.
You got it. All right. With this, the Drow, sensing that the tides of chaos have shifted against it, going to disengage and start darting down the road without a word, headed in the direction of the castle. So he is now 60 feet away from the chapel. He's starting to get to that point where he's cresting down the hill, and you can either run after him or you risk losing sight of him. So that means, Sophion, you're up. He would be about... ...120, 130 feet away from you right now. Are you muted?
Yeah, gonna
Okay.
give Chase. Yep. So I can go 25, and then I'm going to bonus action summon my boy for
Okay.
assistance.
All right, how
Wait,
far are you
so-
going?
Oh, I can go 50. Sorry, so I'm going 50, and then summoning the little guy for bonus action.
Okay, so you're 50 feet, so he's still 70 or so feet ahead of you, give or take. All right, is anybody else giving chase? Or is Sophion going full Sophion again on his own?
If I see him giving chase, I will follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you run up to right around back where the chapel is. Sophion's a good 30 feet away, and you can see this creature's good 100 feet away from you right now.
I would just say, Sophian, there's no point.
They can't know that we're coming.
Everyone knows we are coming.
No, they don't.
They have come and and laid traps for us at every turn. They know we are coming.
I'm getting this bitch.
All right. Well, we will be here when you fail, and I will turn back around.
If I fail, I'm not coming back.
Lorelai, Brian, are y'all chasing at all? Nope.
I mean, if Sophion's going, I can try to follow, because like my total movement would be 80 feet.
Sure. All right. So. All right. So y'all both lockstep, go for it. Next round, he keeps running. He gets past the crest of the hill. You hear his footsteps, and then silence. And both of you guys give me a perception check as you come over the hill.
Oh gosh, brown bear perception. Can I use my smeller?
You can, sure. You can try and sniff it out.
I got a 14.
Money, sexy money.
All right. So, as he clambered over the hill, you stop hearing it. You chase, you stop, and you look around for a second, and you see he has taken refuge behind this bushel of grass off to the right-hand side, attempting to hide from you, knowing he can't outrun you. I'm not going to consider that an action check because that was just a contest. Since he hit, I needed to see whether or not you noticed him. That wasn't your action. So, both of you guys have a round. He's 10, 15 feet away.
I'm gonna run up and multi-attack.
Okay, go for it.
Keep him alive! Don't maul it!
Okay.
Damn.
Did you?
All right.
Oh my god!
Yeah, no, that's done. So, in a fury, Lorelai charges up, leaps over this grass, and lands on him. Massive bear bite right on his head. Rips left and right, and once she finally realizes what she's doing and backs off, he's just desiccated. Completely, not desiccated, desecrated.
Lorelai!
Just
What did you do?
You just hear.
you chomp down a little harder, shake it a little.
You don't know where that's been.
You just hear.
Oh my god. There goes that.
As that's happening, Thoraya, you being over close next to where Brian is, you hear, and Brian, you hear and see from within this empty room beneath you, one section of the wall off to the left-hand side, several of these stones, as half the wall collapses into the room, and you feel this horrifying cold energy seep into your body. And that's where we're going to pick up next time.
You know, it's the
no.
Frost Giants bringing me my ass. Because I fucking deserve it.
Oh no.
You guys are about to
Y'all.
get necrofied.
I have no spell slots. I'm just a girl with a crossbow. That's all I am. And a glowing orb. That's all I got.
Oh,
Just
man.
a couple of kids with crossbows. And no spell slots.
Oy.
Oh,
We'll be
man.
fine.
Alright, well, you have defended yourselves at the chapel here at the foothills just beneath Adric's Folly. Did a good job. Found out some information. Maybe you discovered a secret passage. And Brian just met an intruder, for lack of a better term. Good job tonight, y'all. So I'm going to do the Twitch thing and prep the stream ending if y'all want to talk about tonight's session. While I do that, that would be wonderful. And then we will sign off and leave everybody to have a great night.
Well, I always like sessions where your character isn't at full capacity because it forces you to be more creative. And that's certainly what this was. I had no sorcery points. I had a single spell slot. It was rough, but at least I had full health, so I'm unstoppable basically.
I like
Yeah,
how we essentially just protected Alexandra by staying outside and keeping the battle outside and not being
sure.
inside.
Yeah, I'm glad we took that short rest though, because I would not have been able to wild shape at all. And that saved my butt.
For sure. I thought maybe Alexandria was like a high-level monk, because don't they get the ability to climb up vertical surfaces and stuff? But then it became very clear that she's just someone who can climb up walls, and that's
She just
all she
runs
can
really
do.
fast. And like,
Parkour.
Yeah, y'all never
Parkour,
tried just
yeah.
like double kicking up a wall? Like I used to be able to do that when I was a teenager. I'm definitely not a monk.
Here's the question: was Alexandria yelling parkour as she did it?
Yeah, she
No, she was
Um,
whispering in her head really loud, just
I will leave that up to your imagination.
okay, it's yes.
There you go. Oh man. Anybody else got
Me,
anything?
I always love tough fights, so it was fun, and I like that the ice giants are coming to give me my ass.
It's awfully nice of them, isn't it?
I know, right? They're like, hey, bro,
Oh.
you left this.
You know what I realized? I'm wearing that temperature whatever armor.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So
yeah,
if
you're
it's like
good.
cold, I might be good. I might just take like normal whatever damage, but cold.
Well, we will have to see what kind of cold it is, right?
Yeah. But it doesn't protect you from cold damage. It just protects you from cold temperature.
Oh, well, at least I won't freeze to death.
Yeah.
My ass
It's
is
just-
cool.
Gonna be like underground ice
Just an ice
slip
box.
inside.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's where they kept their meat.
yeah, that sounds good.
Their
You
You just
corpses.
Humanoid
You-
flesh, you know.
you discovered the sacrificial ale repository. That's all it is.
There you go. It's like the Chamber of Secrets, how it's basically like a series of slides.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah, I like it.
With an equally scary monster at the end of it.
Gosh.
All right, y'all. Let's sign off here. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Hope you had a good time tonight. Friday night, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, 8 p.m. Central. Next Wednesday night, right here, 8 p.m. Central again for more Hearts of Shadow with these amazing people. If you did enjoy yourselves, please tell your friend about us. Tell your friends about us. That'd be great. Follow, subscribe, all that great stuff. And regardless, we will see y'all next time here at FableForge RPG. And we hope you have a great night. Take care of yourselves. Love you guys. That's it.
Ah.
Bye, everybody.
May the gods be with you.